Really?
Go to 6 till Boston, so that's the goal.
Well. Well. There will be. Takes a lot of stress off of Joe, I bet.
Because if I can make it, I'd rather do that. Because I don't have to know everybody out of line.
Sure. Well, I'll have to watch that one.
Good evening. Welcome to Central Springs High School for tonight's meet with the Lake Mills Bulldogs, the Osage Green Devils, Rockford Warriors, and the Central Springs Panthers. The National High School Federation and the Iowa High School Athletic Association require officials to enforce sportsmanship rules. High school respect, responsibility, and perspective. We remind you that we expect good behavior and set a positive example for what Iowa High School Wrestling stands for. We encourage and appreciate your help. And now for the starting lineups in each weight class. For the Panthers, Garrett Eagle at 106. Osage is open. Lake Mills. At 113 pounds for the Panthers, they'll be open. Osage, Joe Sullivan. For the Bulldogs, Caden Jones. And the Warriors will be open. At 120 pounds for the Panthers, Carter Powell. For the Osage Green Devils, Joe Jacobs. Lake Mills Bulldogs, Tyler Helgeson. And Rockford will be open. At 126 pounds, Sam Mason for the Panthers. Ryan Adams for the Devils. At 132 pounds, Central Springs will have Sebastian Beck. Osage, Nolan Burns. Casey Hansen for the Bulldogs. And Colton Ewing for the Warriors. At 138 pounds for the Panthers, Caden Jacobson. For Osage, Brody Roll. Ashton Love for the Bulldogs. And Trevor Johnson for the Warriors. At 145 pounds, Lucas Garl for the Panthers. Spencer Luberry for the Devils. Cale Weaver for the Bulldogs. And Gavin Wright for the Warriors. At 152 pounds for the Panthers, Max Howes. For the Devils, Mitchell Sotanis. Alex Albert for the Bulldogs. And Zach Walker for the Warriors. At 160 pounds, Dylan Marker for the Panthers. Owen Muller for the Devils. Elijah Wagner for the Bulldogs. And Jordan Lindy for the Warriors. At 172 pounds for the Panthers will either be Cody Downing or Josh Genap. Zach Williams for the Devils. Cole Virgo for the Bulldogs. And Clayton Kohlmeyer for the Rockford Warriors. At 182 pounds for the Panthers, Zach Rigg. Josiah Meyer for the Devils. Drake Harnish for the Bulldogs. And Rockford will be open. Myers for the Bulldogs. And Brett Hansen for the Warriors. At 220 pounds for the Panthers, Teddy Barron. For the Green Devils, Levi Sled. Max Johnson for the Bulldogs. And Rockford is open. At 285 pounds for Central Springs, Zach Santee. Osage, Connor Smith. Brett Tyler for the Bulldogs. And Rockford will be open.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got things tuned in here as some groundbreaking technology on 98.7kisscountry.com. Actually, and right as we come on, Josh, we got to take a national anthem. We'll be right back.
Good.
National anthem completed, and we're about ready to go. And you're watching the Green Devil Wrestling here on 98.7kisscountry.com. Groundbreaking technology. A big thank you to a handful of sponsors, and I welcome in my broadcast partner tonight. You might know him, Mr. Josh Burns. Josh, you ready to go for some wrestling?
I am. This is different. This is kind of fun. So, you and I both kind of made that connection during the football season when I found out that you were a wrestler and that you've done some broadcasting. I'm like, well, how do we make that work here in Osage? And so we're kind of coming up with some different technologies and bringing this to folks on people to the radio because you can't see our mugs.
Yep.
So
yeah,
that's always a good thing. But so no, this is fun for me, and I spent my first kind of, I don't know, coaching career experiences, if you will, was with the Osage wrestling program. So this is fun for me. This is circling back to my roots here, buddy.
yeah, I'm kind of I'm nervous. I don't know. I've never been this nervous for broadcast. I think it was like all the technology that I've been nervous for. But we're about ready to go. You see right here on the mat, we got the Osage Green Devils getting underway. As this might actually be, I don't know if this is a varsity match or do they do JV tonight? Because up on the scoreboard they got 220 pounds, and I can tell you those guys don't look like they're 220.
Actually, if I get a good look on the face here, I think that's no. Yeah, we're kind of getting the gear set up, and they kind of snuck up on us out there on the mat, so I didn't even pay attention to who they brought out. I need to get a look at the kid's face. Yes, you're right. We'd have a JV match here.
Yeah,
so,
this has got to be a JV.
Yeah, I think this actually is John Grady for the Green Devils. So they got him listed at 138. Freshman for the Green Devils. Don't know a lot about the kid, other than he's a freshman and put some time in last year in the middle school program and getting his first taste of high school activity here tonight. So
Well, we got ourselves a quad tonight, they call it. You got 4 teams on site inside Central Springs High School. Obviously got the Central Springs Panthers, got the Osage Green Devils, and also Lake Mills Bulldogs and the Rockford Warriors. And that's who Osage is taking on first tonight, Rockford, in their opening duel. And Rockford, they're a team, not many guys out on their squad, but
Yeah, six open weight classes here tonight, so that'll be a quicker duel, one would anticipate, especially if you pick up some falls on the Osage side. And could be one of those matches or those duels that goes 30 minutes and done, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But like they usually do, they get a few of the JV matches out of the way first, and kind of just tuning in here. We got, I believe it's John Grady wrestling. He's down 5-0. He got taken down right away and put to his back for 3, and got an escape here in the first period. So the first period will end with him down by 4 to his opponent from Rockford, who, if I look at the, looks to be Nick Goodrich from Rockford, a senior. So one of those cases where Rockford, they got 2 38-pounders, both of them a senior. So hate to see that. And actually, if you look at that, at the Rockford lineup, you've got 32, 38, and 45. They've got 5 kids in 3 weight classes there. And that's pretty much the bulk of their team. So there's not a lot of ability for some of those kids to bump around.
No,
so
not really.
they're kind of, unfortunately for Rockford, they're all bunched up in that area. Too bad you couldn't spread them out over the weight classes a little bit to fill some of those vacant spots.
And those are the common weights, too, anywhere from 132 to about 170. They're a very common weight in high school wrestling, and you get a bunch of people bulked up there. You're only allowed to cut so much weight, and you don't want to go up so many weight classes because you're putting yourself at a disadvantage there.
And there's kind of some different approaches. So one of the things that's changed since my time of coaching is now you've got the body fat testing, they do hydration tests, they do all this different stuff, and a couple different schools of thought on that. Some schools do it right away, early in the season, try to give the kids an idea of where they're going to go or what they're capable of going to. Osage, on the other hand, they chose to wait until yesterday. So they did all their body fat testing and stuff yesterday, kind of the mindset, get the kids maybe closer down to weight, and, you know, because, you know, a good example last year, my own son, he, according to the body fat test, could only cut like 2 pounds. So, you know, it kind of made him a very small 20-pounder because he couldn't cut down to 113. So, you know, it's different schools of thought on how to do that body fat testing. And John Grady starts out the second period here and gets taken down. So he's behind 7-1 to his opponent from Rockford.
Yeah, 35 seconds left in this match. Now he gets an escape. It's one of those 5-point moves, a takedown right to your back.
Strong physical kid. He's got, and get that part of it to.
Second period, 9-2 the score. Talking about some of our sponsors, Josh, big thank you to all of our sponsors. We'll go through them real quick. CUSB Bank, proud sponsor, Mitchell County Regional Health Center, Farm Bureau Artie Day, Eastside Automotive, and Cooper's Osage Auto. Big thank you to our 5 sponsors who are, you know, supporting us, our very first broadcast ever. I mean, thank you to all of them. I know a lot of people have been kind of maybe nervous, wanting to see what it looks like, but, you know, we'll get these kinks straightened out, you know.
Hey, it's all about getting a routine and kind of figuring things out. And I'm sure there's, you know, I don't know because I wasn't with you when you went out to sell these sponsorships, but I'm assuming people are a little bit like, what are you trying to do? You're going to do this how?
Yep.
So maybe, you know, we get this built up and a few more people catch on and say, you know, I wouldn't mind sponsoring and helping out with this. And, you know, we're enjoying the fact that we get to watch this from home because we can't make it. So, but third period here, JV match ahead of the varsity dual meet here, and John Grady down 9-3 to his opponent from Rockford. So we got a senior versus a freshman here, and
got a high single picked up. See if he can finish a 2, and he does. First takedown. That's a high school wrestler for old Grady. Down by 4, 1:14 left in this one. Got to work quick.
Looking for the cradle here. And one thing I'll tell you, Nolan, is you kind of get new to all your experiences up here in North Iowa. Green Devils are usually in pretty good shape, so good third period wrestlers, and Coach Jennings usually has the guys in shape so that they usually go the full 6 minutes.
That's what you can win a lot of matches being in great shape, going to the third period. If you're in better shape, and you can tell who's in better shape. And it looks like John Grady here doing a great job. Got the tape back up a cradle. Got 40 seconds left in this one, down by 4.
So what weight class were we wrestling down there in Kansas back in the day, Mr. Peters?
I started out at 112 back before I was in high school when they had the old weight classes, 103, 112.
You are old.
Yeah, a little bit. But I started out 112, went 125, and 130, 140, my 4 years. Got a little bit bigger, gaining weight during football season.
Sure. I'm trying to look at our officials here tonight, too, and see if I recognize who's the officiating crew. And not recognizing these guys, but two younger guys. That's good to see. I know that's one of the things that is a difficulty anymore in high school athletics. It's not only just finding coaches sometimes, but it's difficult finding
officials,
folks that want to officiate. So nice to see we got a couple younger guys out here, and sure they'll do a good job tonight. But it's tough. It's a tough job. A lot of cases, people are upset with you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You make a call, and one side likes it, one side doesn't like it, and you got to have tough skin if you're going to be out there.
Final score in this first JV match, John Grady of Osage drops his match 10-5 up against Nick Goodrich, a senior. So now it looks like we're going to have ourselves
another
JV match. Yep.
So I believe we've got, it looks to be, well, here's the problem we're going to have to figure out. This is either Colin Muller or Keaton Muller. We got twin brothers on the team.
Oh, no.
And I know it's one of the two. I just got to figure out which one it is by looking at our chairs over there and which other brother's not. One's bigger, one's smaller.
160 is what they put up, so
Keaton then.
Yep.
So this should be Keaton Muller.
A quick takedown. He's thrown in the power half. Now he's got his wrestler on his back. He's inches away from getting a pin here, 20 seconds in.
And these guys, both Keaton and Colin, come from, got a little bit of some wrestling here in the family. Their dad was a state champion for Osage back in the day, so we know there's some good genetics.
That's a good start right there.
It is a good start.
First period pin only takes him 39 seconds. You see over on the right side of us, the far mat, got Lake Mills, a very good wrestling team this year, going up against Central Springs. They're in their JV matches as well as we get ready for another JV match here on our mat.
Well, I'm going to correct myself. That was Colin Muller that
was,
wrestled.
okay, Colin.
Keaton.
This is
Keaton's
Keaton.
twin. Keaton's the bigger of the two. So Colin was our quarterback on the JV team this year, had a really nice season at quarterback, and Keaton did a nice job on offense and defense for the Green Devils on JV. So two good athletes here for the Green Devils. You like to get that in your programs.
Got a takedown here for Central Springs wrestler. Right on the edge of the mat. Now breaks down. You said Keaton Muller? Here's a reversal. Just a 1 count, no back points awarded. Two count for 2 back points, and then you got to get to 5 for 3. It's not like college. You get 4 for 4 count for 3 points, I believe, in college wrestling. It's all changed.
Yep. Well, they're always trying to make and I get it. They're always trying to make wrestling a little bit more fast acting, a little bit more spectator friendly and more fun to watch at the college level. Sometimes it gets a little boring.
There's a pin right there. Yep, we can see it. Keaton Muller, back-to-back pins for the Green Devils on the JV side.
And those are two kids. I know we'll see Coach Jennings kind of insert them at different times of the year in the varsity lineup. I mean, they're good enough. They'll see some varsity time and you know, mix up the lineup every now and then, and he'll probably move kids around and bump kids up, and they'll get some experience this year.
Now we got the captains out on the mat, and now we're getting ready for some varsity wrestling. The periods, they don't. Oh, I gotta admit, I do not remember. It's been so long since I've been in the wrestling. What exactly the coin toss is for during the.
Well, odd or even.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes.
Odd or even, and then determines, you know.
Yeah, who has to report to the table first. That is correct. Yep.
Exactly. Well, and I was coaching back in the day with Osage. We won a state dual title, and kind of came down to that coin flip for us. And we're wrestling Emmetsburg, and we had the opportunity. We had some key weight classes that we needed to have the right matchups in order to win that, and we won the flip, and we ended up winning the state championships all because of that flip and our ability to put out who we wanted to first. So works out, especially in the tight ones. Plus, I'm not quite sure here what weight class we're starting off with. That's the other interesting
I want to
thing.
say they're going to start at 220.
Yep, 220 it
Well,
is.
Levi Sled going to go out there as Rockford is open at 220. 6 points awarded for the Green Devils. Green Devils are going to get another 6 points at 285. Connor Smith will not have an opponent. Rockford open at 285.
So actually, our first matchup will be at 132.
Mm-hmm. Lots of open weights.
So we started at 220, but we don't see any action until 132.
See Connor Smith, sophomore for Osage, getting his hand raised, and now we'll see the opponent. Rockford, Caden Peterson, a freshman at 106. He does not have an opponent. Talk about a great time to thank one of our sponsors programs, and they encourage students to keep learning through their Learn to Earn program. You can bring in your report card to CUSB Bank and get paid to learn. For details, go to CUSB.com. Thank you to all of our Osage wrestling sponsors.
Well, and CSB, they're a good one for and all of our banks in Osage. Maybe we'll get them on board once they hear CUSB sponsoring as well, but they're all pretty good with sponsoring our school and athletic events and whatnot. So, yeah, CUSB, that been banking with them for a long time. They've always done me good, so.
120 pounds, that's Joe Jacobs for Osage. No opponent. Puts the score now, Osage 26-6. And he'll pick up 6 more points at 126. Ryan Adams, no opponent. And finally, we got some action here. And Josh, I'm pretty sure you're going to be interested in this one.
Yeah, so this would be Nolan Burns, and yes, that would be my son. Coming in at 132 this year. He wrestled 120 last year. Kind of had a tough season last year as a freshman, and like I said, he couldn't get to 113, so he's at 120, gave up some weight. But he kind of put some things together at the end of the season and pulled out a title at the sectional wrestling tournament, so something to build off of for this season. Still kind of comes in as a light 32-pounder, so we'll see. He's wrestling a junior here from Rock. Doesn't get the finish.
It's Colton Ewing, his opponent, the junior. Like you said, he gets a takedown. They go out of bounds 15 seconds in. And Nolan, he's got a great first name. You did a good job on that.
Yeah, you know, that's. I knew I'd meet some other cool Nolan someday, and thought, what the heck, we'll call him Nolan and whatnot. But so it'd be real easy for me as we do this deal and making sure you control those hands and get up to your base. Can't be a belly wrestler, and that's always a key component to being successful. Control.
Good job by Nolan to break it loose, and another crossface once again, going with the barbed wire is Ewing. No back points yet. Minute in, and now he's getting some counts. Seconds remaining in the first period. 132-pound varsity match. 40 seconds. No one's still fighting. Colton Ewing trying to straighten him back out now. He's got to get the fall. So 6 points going to the Rockford Warriors as the junior Colton Ewing gets the win by fall in the first period over Nolan Burns.
Coming up next here, we got Brody Roll at 138. Brody's a junior for the Green Devils, taking on Trevor Johnson, a senior. So, got to think the senior's got some experience under his belt, so should be a good challenge here for Brody. Brody had a nice season last year as well. I believe Brody also finished as a sectional champion last year for the Green Devils. I think he was third place finisher at district, so one match away from state. Comes out right away, gets a nice takedown.
30 seconds in, up to 0. Got a chicken wing in on the left arm. Up against Trevor Johnson. The junior-senior matchup, trying to run it.
Yeah, kind of needed to have that wrist when he was running that. Take a big step towards the head. Senior does a nice job getting himself out of there and controlling the hand.
You know, Brody did a great job on his feet earlier in the match. Good sprawl back there by Brody, and they're going to step out of bounds with 48 seconds to go. First period, 2-1 lead. Osage leading on the scoreboard 30-12 as Rockford with a bunch of open weights. The first varsity duel of the year for each team, getting 2017-18 underway. .20 seconds. Edge of the mat, and they'll go out of bounds with 17. So got to credit Trevor Johnson, better on his feet. Later in this first, he shoots a swing single. That was nice. Gets the takedown for the lead.
Yeah, that's how it's done right there. Nice setup, very nice setup, and just very smooth on the execution. And luckily there, Brody runs out of time because Cradle was locked up.
Down 3-2 after the first period. Osage Green Devil Wrestling brought to you by Mitchell County Regional Health Center. Mitchell County Regional Health and Osage is here for all your rehabilitation needs. The current expansion will include a large, your trusted healthcare partner for life.
Scramble situation here. And Johnson comes out. No, he does not yet. Official says, there we have it.
Yeah, he's got the side-by-side locked up, trying to straighten Brody out and roll him over to his back, and he does. Getting back point, no. He rolled through it, yep.
A little freestyle action there.
I apologize about the camera. For some odd reason, it just wants to keep zooming out. So I'm trying to keep it right on our mat as Brody gets an skid. 138 pounds for the Osage Green Devils and Rockford Warriors. Another swing single. It's obviously the go-to move here for Trevor Johnson.
Brody kind of looking for a front headlock there. Now we got
Johnson.
Kind of an attempt on a headlock.
They go out of bounds. Brody's so close to getting two, but got to keep both of those feet in on the mat as soon as one goes out.
A lot of action out of these two, and you can kind of see it. The Rockford kid comes back to the center of the mat, resting his hands on his hips. Looks a little bit tired here, and that might be to Brody's advantage come third period.
30 seconds left in this one. Brody could get a takedown to tie it up.
Be a nice way to end that second period.
Yes, going into the third knotted up. 15 seconds. And they'll step out of bounds with 12.7. Swing single again for Trevor Johnson. Brody trying to keep those hips heavy. And Trevor's going to get a takedown and get some back points too right at the end of the second. Time's got to expire, but 2 back points coming for Trevor Johnson. That's big for him. Gives him a 6-point lead, 9-3 after 2 periods.
And Brody Roll's choice, he deferred in the second period, and the Rockford kid chose neutral, wanted to go on his feet, and Brody Roll now says, I'm going to go down and get that 1 point back here and then start clawing my way back into this.
Brody got the takedown early in the first, and since then just a escape late in the third, and we've kind of noticed looks like the Osage wrestler is a little bit better shape than Rockford at the moment early in the season.
Yeah, a minute and a half left in this one, and the Rockford kid's got his hands above his head and trying to get some extra oxygen in there, so.
Got to take your time and set up your right shot.
And Brody's a type, he's dangerous. He's a type, he could throw you, he's got good hips to him. He's done a lot of freestyle and stuff, always helps.
Shooting in, now trying to get that right leg. He's got it picked up. Can he grab the other ankle on the edge of the mat? Brody's still in bounds, so chance to get 2 here, but now trying to pull him back in. And we'll say they go out of bounds. 1:03 on the clock.
Ties it up. It's the thing I like about wrestling. You can always.
You're never out of it.
You're never out.
Never out of it. .50 seconds. Brody shoots in. Trying to go single leg. And there you go.
There it is.
There's a takedown too. Trying to get those back points, but Johnson bellies out. 35. Brody's gonna maybe just give him 1 here. Yes, he does. Brody now down by 4 and a stall warning on Trevor Johnson. They go out of bounds. 27 seconds left. Third period. Brody down 10-6. But clearly in better shape than his opponent. 20 seconds. Got to go. You got to go desperation here, Josh, and get some back points.
Yeah, running out of time here, and you may not think that early in the season this match is as big of a deal, but there's a 2 for Johnson to seal the deal. But you know, you also got to consider that Rockford's in our conference, and so when it comes time for that conference wrestling tournament, and you come to the seeding meeting, now you've got, you know, you're looking to be a conference champion or whatever. Seeding is important for that tournament.
Exactly.
So they will probably see each other again later on in the season. Brings us up to 145. Spencer Newberry, freshman, taking on Gavin Reichs from Rockford, a sophomore. Spencer Newberry is a kid that's put in a lot of time on the mat. Traveled around. He's had a lot of success early on in his young career and placed high at a lot of tournaments, AAU tournaments, freestyle tournaments, Greco. So he's definitely put his time in.
Yeah, he looks experienced here. Got a takedown.
Takedown with the Splay-Doh.
Yes. 20 seconds in, trying to pick up a fall. And there it is. 24 seconds. That's all it takes for Spencer Newberry. Very first varsity match, and he wins by fall in the first period. We're almost done with this duel. It's just flying by as Rockford again at 6 open weights. Osage was just 1 at 106.
So did not make it to state, but he did get to districts last year. So I know he's got some big expectations this year and did a lot of off-season wrestling and lifting, and good, strong, physical kid.
Team score at the moment, 36-15. Osage with the lead, and well, they could add on to that. As Shotain is trying to pick up a fall. Still a fall regardless. 42-15 the score. And we wrapped up as the other mat over there, they're only on 106.
Yeah, Owen Muller gets the open win. Tricks last year as a freshman, and I know it didn't come out probably how he wanted it to, but
taking on Clayton Kohlmeyer. Had a really good year on the playing in football.
well, and good to see him back too. If he night, and a lot of worries on his knee and things like that. More of a knee sprain is what they determined. So that was that night. Remember that one? It was raining.
The Mud Bowl. It was raining sideways.
That was not a good one.
Team left in this first period. Trying to. Zach Williams gets a pin win. This duel is going to be over.
Well, 195.
Oh, we got 190. Yes, we do. Yep. Chris Schneider. My apologies, Chris Schneider. Going to go 1-0 on the dual record side. They'll be taking. They're only on 120 pounds over there. So Josh, you better be ready to talk about
double wrestling team this season. So I believe Cole Mullenbeck was out, but he's kind of just hard to stay healthy. So this is our lone senior this season.
Taking on a sophomore for Rockford. Rockford post that head down and snap around. But wrestlers will get back to their feet. They'll stop action so Hansen can put his headset back on. 1:17 to go, first period. Scoreless at 195 pounds. Another weak shot by Hansen. Schneider posting the head down. But they'll get right back to their feet with 1 minute remaining. .40 seconds. Still scoreless. Tensions are starting to build with these two, you can tell. It's what I like about the big guys. Doesn't take much to irritate a big guy. Hansen
Schneider needs to
reaching,
take advantage of that. You got the weight advantage, Think about the strength of your hips versus that guy's one arm. You got to put the pressure on that arm and spin around, and Hansen goes ahead and does it to him instead and gets a 2.
Cuts a double. Now he's gonna have full Nelson. Nope.
No, full Nelson.
No, I think the official is kind of inadvertent whistle. He thought he had a full Nelson, but he didn't. Hansen did have an arm.
They still don't have. Should be 2-0.
Yeah, it should be 2-0 on the scoreboard.
We give Schneider a point.
Running out of time. Yep, 2-1 after the first. Now the official has to go to the score table to. I think the scorekeepers are wondering whether that was a technical violation on the. Then I think he kind of waved it off.
Yeah, I think they're confused on his hand signals there, but.
Hey, the officials, it's their first.
Yep.
It's their first night, too. It's our first night. It's our very first time, actually. Not even first night.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of pulling it up on my phone.
Underway here, second period. Both wrestlers on their feet. 2-1 the score. And Schneider posting the head down again and trying to get around for 2, but Hansen just keeps reaching out and grabbing the legs and not. Crisp will get around this time, though. There's a 2-point takedown for the senior. He's up 3-2. 1:35 to go, second period. This is it. Goes 2-on-1 on the left arm.
There we go. Good big guy move. Half Nelson.
Yes.
Get that half in, drive it, reach back, grab that inner side of that knee and lift and drive, and you got it.
trying to sprawl his opponent out. Now
Use those hips. Get on your toes
Yeah,
and push. There you go, Chris.
there's a half Nelson, and Hanson helped him out rolling into that one. Close to a fall.
Scoop that head, and you got it.
There it is. 49 seconds remaining, second period. A fall for Chris Schneider. 66-15, the final score in this duel. It flew by. 6 open weights for Rockford. 1 open weight for the Green Devils at 106 pounds.
I think it's
640, yeah.
At 6 o'clock, so.
Didn't take much.
So on the other mat, we actually got the Lake Mills Bulldogs going against Central Springs, and right now they're at 120. And Lake Mills leads 15-4.
Kind of get you set up on that, Matt, so you can watch.
Well, and a big match right there just now with Lake Mills and Central Springs. Central Springs at 120, Carter Pals, who is a pretty good wrestler, just took out number 4, Tyler Helgeson from Lake Mills. So the number 4 ranked wrestler in the state opens up his season with a loss. So Carter Pals takes him out. So good match there. Kind of a last-minute takedown by Carter Pals to win that one.
Gonna have ourselves another JV match on our side.
Yeah, John Grady's back out here for Osage.
We got 132 pounds the weight. So I don't know. This might be the Goodrich kid again for Rockford, but takedown for John Grady, you said?
Yep. So just kind of looking here tonight, I guess, this evening, we got, in terms of team rankings, Lake Mills is actually ranked 10th in Class 1A. In terms of ranked wrestlers we got here tonight, we got Caden Jones from Lake Mills ranked 3rd in Class 1A. Tyler Helgeson is ranked 4th in 1A at 120. At 145, Cale Beamer, returning state place winner last year as a sophomore. Actually, his dad was a state runner-up for Osage back in the day, so there's some Osage roots there with Cale Beamer. He is ranked 9th, junior, at 145. And then at 195, Lake Mills has Gabe Irons, a senior, and he is ranked 5th at 195. Central Springs has Zach Rigg from Central Springs. He's a junior. He's ranked 3rd at 182. And Zach Santee, senior, Central Springs, is ranked 8th at 220. And then in Class 2A, the only ranked Green Devil would be Avery Abbott at 106, which he has not made 106 yet. So something he's working towards. I don't know if he'll be able to get there for tomorrow at the Independence Tournament or not. Probably not, but it's something, it's a goal he's working towards, is getting to that 106. And he's actually had a lot of success in the AAU and folk style and Greco, and good wrestler there. So if he can get to 6, that'll be a big addition to the lineup for the Green Devils.
Wrestling coverage brought to you by Farm Bureau Artie Day. Finding a Medicare supplement can be complicated. Wellmark makes it easy, and you can call your local Farm Bureau agent Artie Day in Osage, 641-732-5843, who will personally help you find your coverage confidence. Artie Day is a local authorized independent agent for Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa. Proud supporter of Green Devil Wrestling on 98.7 KissCountry.com. Second period here in this JV match, 3-2 the score as John Grady, I believe, right?
Yep.
On the mat, John Grady trailing by 1 in the bottom position, getting returned back down to his knees. Up and now trying to pick up a single leg. 20 seconds. Be nice to get one just to get the escape and tie the match at 3. Coach Jennings for Osage trying to tell him to turn into him hard, and they go out of bounds with 8 seconds. This is where I'd be aggressive here. Got to try to time that whistle.
Yeah, sure be nice to get the one here. And
trying to build up to his feet. 5 seconds. John Grady got to run out of time. Down by 1 going to the 3rd period. Decision for the Rockford wrestler. And he will go both up. 1 minute in the 3rd. So here we go. John could take the lead with a takedown.
And I believe I started teaching in Osage in 1997, and Brent Jennings was 1 year ahead of me, so I believe this is Brent's 20th year of coaching as the head coach for Osage. So put in a lot of years. And John Grady with a takedown to go up 4-3, looking to put the half in, get some back points.
You're trying to pull him in the circle. You can't get back points outside the mat. Not like college wrestling, you got to pull him in.
Yeah, got to know your surroundings, know where that line's at.
Also, just keep him there at this point. 10 seconds remaining in the match. I mean,
yeah, don't give up. Don't get too high.
5 seconds. John's got to come away with the win here. 3rd period takedown. That's got to be enough to get him the win. 4-3 the final. Good job by the freshman. We'll get ourselves another JV match.
Merrick Huffman on this one. Merrick's a sophomore. He wrestled conference last year, and he got some varsity time and had some nice wins in the season, and good framed wrestler. Another one of those that just needs to get some mat time, and with mat time comes experience.
Yes.
And, it's the best thing you can do. Over on the Lake Mills and Central Springs. Lake Mills has now gone up 27-7 on Central Springs.
It'll be a good duel to round out the night. Lake Mills going up against Osage. See where those two teams are. Again, Lake Mills ranked in 1A, number 10 as a team, with 4 individuals ranked in the 14 weight classes. But a good test for the Green Devils. Here's a nice takedown for your Green Devil wrestler, Merrick Hoffman, and he's going to get the win.
Finishes it off with a fall.
I believe that was the final JV match as 2 teams rise up to their feet. They'll shake hands in this one. Osage again coming away victorious in the duel, 66-15. As Rockford with a bunch of open weights, 6 of them, and Green Devils also picked up a few falls here and there. And they'll await a little bit for their next duel. They'll be taking on Central Springs, and they're over on the far mat. Going up against Lake Mills at the moment. And like you said, 27-7 the team score in that one. I think they're going to speed things up here.
Yep, they'll get 2 mats going.
I like that.
Keep an eye on. You gotta kind of go back and forth. But we've got Cale Beamer coming up here at 145 for the Bulldogs. Like we said, ranked, I believe it was 9th in Class 1A. Came off a really nice season last year. Entered the state tournament. I think he knocked off like the number 2 guy. Kind of an all or nothing move at the end of the match, and pins the kid, and and got a place winning out of it. So good way to end the season for him last year. So again, he's ranked 9th, and actually at 145, the #1 ranked wrestler at 145 is our own Chance Thronson from Riceville, the senior. So he was a state champion last year for Riceville. And
wow.
If Chance were to hold that title of being #1 and win it, so a little bit of some history in the making this season for the Riceville Wildcats. Another good Mitchell County team over there that has made some improvements here in the last couple of years. And Coach Shea Ullman's done a good job of getting some numbers going and getting some kids out in the program. And anytime you got numbers, it helps your program out. So
I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors tonight making this broadcast possible, Eastside Automotive. They remind you that the beautiful fall will soon be past, which means that we are faced with the cold and wet of winter. This is the best time of the year to have your car checked and make sure potential problems are taken care of before you find yourself on the side of the road. Eastside Automotive's technicians are well trained and certified to make sure your vehicle is ready for winter. Located on Highway 9 in Osage. One thing that's a little bit different from Kansas to Iowa, they don't do this in like quad duels. I mean, you would have to wait, and they would just stay on one mat. They won't use both mats. I've never seen it, so this will be nice to speed things up before Osage's next duel, as they'll take on Central Springs, but we're a few weight classes away from this Central Springs Lake Mills duel from being over.
Sure, and we got kind of a barn burner going on here right in front of us at 145, as we've got Cale Beamer and Lucas Garl from Central Springs, and Garl comes out and takes down the 9th ranked wrestler in Class 1A, and then Beamer comes back and gets a reversal. So we're tied up at 2-2. Lake Mills picks up another fall over on the other mat. So they're kind of rolling over Central Springs right now, 33-7. Beamer's a good leg rider.
Aggressive on top. That's what you got to be. You work for one move. If it ain't there, switch it up and go with something else.
Lake Mills was the head wrestling coach for a number of years in Lake Mills, and talking to him, and he wasn't sure if Cale was going to wrestle tonight. He was battling a little bit of some back problems, and so he must have felt good enough. Said, I'm going to wrestle, and here he is. Tied 2-2 at the end of the first period. Garl's a very physical kid. Garl says, I'll take both up. Took him down once, we'll try to take him down again. Lake Mills has another fall over in the other mat, goes up 39-7, so like I said, they're rolling now.
And number ranked team in Class 1A. And this Garl, he is getting after it. He's doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Not look at rankings. Don't worry about him. Doesn't matter what happened last year. It's a new season. I'm sure these guys ran into each other a few times a year ago, possibly. But
yeah, possibly. And I'm not sure. I can't remember. I know that I know last year at this quad, Cale actually got beat his first match and kind of never looked back after that. He just kind of turned the heaters on the rest of the season. Like I said, ended up as a place winner down in Des Moines. And you know, sometimes you got to get the spider webs out and get things going.
Well, Lucas Garl, he's being the aggressor on his feet. Shooting and reshooting. Shoots in on a double leg, but Beamer trying to sprawl back. Those are going to step out of bounds. Minute 3 left in the second period, still tied at 2. Here on the left side mat. Lake Mills in the purple singlets, Central Springs in the black.
The head coach for Lake Mills is Alex Brandenburg. Assistant coaches Mike Piper, Jamie Ham, and Brad Helgetson. Jamie Ham for Lake Mills, one of their assistant coaches, also a former Green Devil wrestler. So you will find that throughout the season, Nolan. There's a lot of former Osage wrestlers that are out there that are coaching at other programs and doing a nice job. And Garl gets a takedown again, so Garl goes up 4-2 over the 9th-ranked wrestler from Lake Mills, Cale Beamer.
That's a high C takedown.
Looking to bar some things up on Cale.
15 seconds. 145 pounds. I've learned a lot, whether it's from you or just talking with people around North Iowa, learning about the Osage, the history of Osage wrestling. Lots of state champions throughout the program. Nice enough to learn that 2 Olympic wrestlers have been produced out of Osage, Iowa. I mean, not too many towns probably get to produce multiple Olympic wrestlers.
That's right.
I mean, I know years apart, but still, it's lots of wrestling tradition.
Well, really, in the wrestling world, that would be, equal to being a pro athlete. I mean, really, because there is nothing higher.
Yeah, that's it.
In the wrestling community other than getting to the Olympics, and really that would be kind of equitable to having a pro athlete, I guess. And the other thing is we've also had some national champions at the collegiate level. So Doug Schwab was a national champion at the University of Iowa. So plus an All-American. We've had some All-Americans at the University of Iowa that have been from Osage. We've had, for some reason there for a while, we had I know why, we had some coaches at Purdue. We had some wrestlers who went to Purdue and wrestled. Cale Beamer's got his opponent on his back.
He's a minute away. Lots of time. And he's in deep, and he's going to get the pin win. Gets a reversal early in the third to tie it, and then just dominates on top. He was dominated
by Garl to give Cale Beamer everything he wanted, and Cale kind of comes off the mat holding that lower back a little bit. So you always wonder, too, if you got an injury, do you come back too early? You always want to be careful of that.
Yep.
You don't want it to be a nagging injury the whole season.
Another pin win on the far side.
I'm telling you right now, Nolan, this Lake Mills team,
I think every win has been a pin.
well, except for the Helgeson kid that got upset there, but they're a bonus point team. And that's, when you're a bonus point team, you're going to go far, whether it's, state tournament, dual tournament, whatever it may be. But you pick up those bonus points as a team, that's a big deal. So, and Central Springs is a very good wrestling squad, coached by Jay McDonough. Actually, Jay, remember, was one of the guys that Frank Fox did the combine ride around with.
Okay, yeah.
And so Jay McDonough is actually the head wrestling coach here for Central Springs. So we're putting the pieces together for you again a little bit. But you got to like a team that goes after the bonus points and is aggressive.
We're looking to get more bonus points here.
Well, and Alex Brandenburg, who's the head wrestling coach here for Lake Mills, he comes from a very storied program of Emmetsburg wrestling, and I believe Alex was a state place winner himself. I think he even had a brother, maybe spent some time at Iowa State in their wrestling program. So Alex comes from a strong line of wrestling roots as well.
Coverage tonight brought to you by Cooper's Osage Auto. The ASC certified technicians at Cooper Osage Auto. Been certified for over 50 years with combined experience, which means that they can pretty much do anything from a simple oil change to a transmission swap. Cooper's Osage Auto has you covered, and get ready for winter. Stop into Cooper's Osage Auto today on Highway 9 in Osage. And as I was reading that, I look up, and yes, and obviously another fall for Lake Mills.
Fall for Lake Mills, and brings up to the mat number 5 ranked Gabe Irons, a senior from Lake Mills. And Central Springs says, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just forfeit to them. So another 6 points picked up by Lake Mills, making it 63-7 over Central Springs, who, like I said, they got some tough kids on that team, and they're no slouch. Just kind of puts in perspective maybe how good this Lake Mills team is this year.
Alex Brandenburg, the head coach for the Lake Mills Bulldogs. Lake Mills, they'll be going up against Rockford. And their next duel, that won't take too long.
15, what do you think, 15 minutes?
Well, it depends on how many we counting JV.
No.
I would take the under.
Okay. You know, and that's one of the things too. I mean, that's one of the sad things I think it's kind of happened with the sport of wrestling, especially in some of our smaller rural areas, is just hard to fill a lineup anymore, and just kind of makes it tough. Makes it tough too to kind of establish your fan base too. And you know, am I going to travel to a dual meet and have it done in 30 minutes? We had a dual meet last year and crossed 30 minutes, and we're back on the road going home. So, you know, you don't get the fan following when they know it's going to be that quick. You know, why drive an hour to go for 30 minutes? So
that's a big problem out in Northwest Kansas. The numbers, you know, wrestling's pretty big out in Northwest Kansas. I grew up in a town with a rich history, not as rich as Osage to say, but numbers out there are just getting low. I mean, you're running into teams. I mean, you're lucky to find a team out in Northwest Kansas who can fill 14 spots. I mean, if you can do that, that's amazing. A lot of times you get maybe 22 kids that go out, but a handful of them are anywhere in between 126 and 170. So you don't have many varsity wrestlers, but, nice thing that they do is that once when the junior high season gets underway, junior high will travel with the varsity. They'll do a junior high duel and then do a varsity duel to make up for the low numbers. That way you don't have a duel that takes 30 minutes.
Well, I think we've got, looks to be maybe a JV match here for Lake Mills and Rockford. Oh, no, like Lake Mills and Central Springs. Got one, I believe, last varsity match going on over there on that map. And the Central Springs wrestler is up 4-1 at 182. We've got Drake Harnish, a sophomore for Lake Mills, going up against Zach Rigg from Central Springs, who we talked about earlier, is ranked 3rd in Class 1A at 102. So 3rd ranked wrestler, and says something about that Lake Mills kid. He's only a sophomore, and he's only down 4-1 by the 3rd ranked wrestler. So doing a good job of holding his own against a tough Central Springs kid.
A good ride out in the second period. On top for a whole 2 minutes.
Yeah, just kind of get things finished up here and get into our next dual beat. Like I said, Central Springs and Osage will be going at it, which I'd anticipate that'll be a pretty even matchup. Almost 2 full lineups going against each other, and I think we'll see some good battles there out of both teams. Should be a pretty close duel, I would guess, when it's all said and done and the dust settles.
55 seconds left on the far mat. You see here with Central Springs wrestler on top, Zach Rigg. He's leading 6-1 on the scoreboard, 40 seconds. That kid from Lake Mills Oh, Drake Harrison. Oh, Harnish, excuse me. Drake Harnish. Only down by 5 to number 3 ranked kid. And it is early in the year, you know, and preseason rankings, it's hard to tell. A lot of it has to do with, you know, what happened a year ago, but the dust will settle once when the year goes on.
Got 3 seconds left, 6-2. It's going to end up being. So nice job there by Lake Mills wrestler to hang with the 3rd ranked kid in state. Tall kid.
I believe that's going to do it between that duel with Central Springs and Lake Mills. Lake Mills going to win it 63-10. Now we're just moments away from, actually, they might have a couple more, maybe some more JV matches on that far mat. Maybe not. Green Devils will move over to that far mat for this second duel. And I was correct. They will have another JV match on the far mats. So 2 JV matches going on at the moment. I'd like to thank our sponsors again who make this first ever broadcast possible. Green Devil Wrestling on 98.7 Kiss Country, brought to you by CUSB Bank, Mitchell County Regional Health Center, Farm Bureau Artie Day, Eastside Automotive, and Cooper's Osage Auto. Proud supporters of Green Devil Wrestling. Talking about the Osage Athletics, the basketball teams tipped their season off on Tuesday. They were in Mason City taking on Newman Catholic, and both squads got a win there. The girls winning 60-49, boys winning 66 to, honestly cannot remember. But
Did you cover both, or you just covered
I
both?
covered both of
Okay.
them, yep. I was there that night.
You're like Renaissance man. You can football, wrestling, basketball, cover golf.
I did state golf updates in Kansas.
Did you?
Yep, just hourly updates.
Soccer? You ever covered soccer?
No.
What haven't you covered?
Haven't covered soccer. Would love to cover hockey. That would be interesting. I don't know. You've done quite a bit the last few years on radio. Just kind of getting thrown into it as well.
Yeah, just kind of getting thrown into it. And figure you're going to be there anyway. You might as well do something more than just
put
sit in
the headset on
stands
and have some
what the
fun.
heck. You know, and it's nice because, you know, I mean, you know I know all these kids. You know, it's like I know their families, I know the kids, you know some of the stories, some of the storylines that go with it. You know their parents, and maybe if they were a wrestler back in the day or whatever, or football on that side of the world too. So, and then it's kind of fun too when we covered the St. Ansgar football, you know, and all those kids and all those parents. So, it kind of comes with the territory of some of my past experiences.
I've been going around talking with businesses who have been supporting high school athletics on 98.7, and they were like, "Oh, you're the guy that has to work with Josh, huh?" It's
I'm sure that
people. I don't know why people like to give you a hard time.
I know,
I mean, why is that?
They do. I don't know. It's all good though. It's all good. I enjoy it. I give it right back in most cases. So.
Got a fall over there on the far mat, and I think that's going to do it for the JV matches. We'll get ready to go for another varsity duel for Osage. They'll be taking on again Central Springs.
So I'll give you a little bit of some history here. So do you, a little trivia question. Rockford has only had one state champion in the history of their program. Guess what town he lives in?
Osage.
He does. He's actually my employee. So,
Okay.
yeah, Mr. Nathan McRoberts. He was a state champion back in the day for the Rockford Warriors, or RRMR. So, yeah, we brought in him to the community of Osage, and he's got, I think, one boy, young little boy. So maybe someday he'll be wearing the green and repeating what his dad did. So we'll see. Like to recruit those good genetics into the community.
Well, I have a daughter, so,
Well, you're not done yet.
you know, no. By the time she grows up, though, I believe, there's a lot of states out there adding girls wrestling. I
Yeah,
mean,
there are.
There's girls out there, in Kansas who wrestle, but they have to, wrestle in the boys division. But Kansas is one of those states that has been pushing to get a girls division. They voted on it last year, and I was kind of upset about it. In Kansas, there's classes 1 through 6A. 3-2, 1A, they wrestle with each other like it's state. So you'd have the 3-2, 1A state tournament, but then 4A has their own, 5A has their own, 6A has their own. Classes 1 through 4A voted yes to add girls wrestling, but there was so many 5A and 6A schools that voted no that it didn't pass. So you had 4 divisions that.
That's not good.
Yeah, they'll work on it again. I know they're already working on it again this year, and I think it's just eventually it's going to happen. Where
Sure.
states out there, Colorado's a state that has its own separate high school girls division in wrestling. And the very first year, the numbers were low on it, but you look at the history of the longer the sport's been out, more and more going. And
And actually, I think last season, Osage, we had 2 for sure. Maybe we had 3 girls out. Not any out this season, but we've had some girls out for the program last few years. Talia Gooddale, she wrestled for the Green Devils and got a lot of varsity experience and picked up quite a few wins under her belt and had a nice little career. So we've had that experience here in Osage. There's a few. There's actually a girl over in, I believe it's South Winneshiek, that is tough, very tough. Like, potentially, could get to the state tournament and whatnot. So, yeah, it's becoming more and more so. So, just kind of waiting here. That's one of the things with wrestling. You get a lot of downtime, a lot of waiting, and waiting for matches to finish up. And
Osage, they're all ready to go. They're sitting on their bench area, but don't see Central Springs. Don't know where their wrestlers are. They might be, who knows, they could be changing up singlets or something like that. They're here at home, so probably went to their own locker room having a word with their head coach.
Well, knowing Coach McDonough, I'm sure after that, probably after that score, it wasn't what he expected to see and probably thought they'd be a little bit more competitive. So probably said, hey, guys, let's go to the locker room quick. We're going to talk this out, regroup, come back out, and it's a whole new dual meet now. You put that one behind you and you move on.
You said it earlier. I think this duel here, Central Springs and Osage, should be a good matchup. Green Devils are going to be open at 106 pounds. Central Springs got Garrett Hagel at 106, but then Central Springs open at 113, where Osage has Joe Sullivan. So first 2 weights even. 120 pounds should see Joe Jacobs for Osage going up against Carter Powles for the Panthers. 126 pounds of Ryan Adams for Osage. Central Springs open at 126. 132 pounds Nolan Burns. He'd be taking on Sebastian Beck, a senior for the Panthers. 138 Brady Roll going up against Caden Jacobson, a freshman. 145 Spencer Newberry, the freshman for the Green Devils. He'd be taking on Lucas Gar Chatanis taking on Max Howells. 160 pounds would be Owen Moeller for the Green Devils, going up against Dylan Marker. A couple sophomores there. 170 pounds, Zach Williams for the Osage Green Devils, going up against a junior, Cody Downing. 182. Josiah Meyer will be taking on Zach Rigg for the Panthers. 195, Chris Schneider. He will be open. The Panthers are at 195. 220 pounds, Levi Sled, the junior for the Green Devils, up against Teddy Brenz. And then 185, Connor Smith going up against Zach Santee. So that'll be our matchups here in this next duel. And then the final duel tonight will be the Green Devils taking on the number 10 ranked Lake Mills in Class 1A. Captains shaking hands here on the near mat. They're getting ready to go. That's Lake Mills and Rockford. That duel will go quickly. Rockford with 6 open weights. Maybe a couple JV matches in there, but. And now we see Central Springs.
There we go.
They're coming out of their locker room, getting ready to go, and Osage captains will walk to the mat. It'll be the senior, the lone senior, Chris Schneider standing with head coach Brent Jennings.
State titles, a lot of state champions. I don't know. I suppose over his time we've had, I can think of Joe Havig, won a title. That would have been his first state champion that he would have had in his career. Trent Goodale went on to win 3 state titles for Brent. I always say he was 1 back point away from being a 4-time state champion. I thought he had it. The guy said he didn't, so he actually was a runner-up that year. We had, who else we had? We had Dallas Cooper, we had Reed Cooper, we had Benny Wagner, Ryan Kittleson, and then we had both of Brent's sons, Brock and Brady Jennings, are both state champions. So pretty good run for a coach to have that many individual state champions.
Yeah.
There's some coaches go their entire career and, maybe they get 1 or maybe they get, maybe they don't get any. So nice career that Brent's had in Osage there. So
we're going to get things going at 285 pounds for the Green Devils. Again, Connor Smith going up against Zach. Is it Santee or Santi? How would you?
Santee, I would
Santee,
say.
Zach
Sure,
Santee.
Sure.
A senior for the Central Springs. Connor Smith, a sophomore. 285 pounds.
And Santee actually is ranked 8th in Class 1A, so one of 2 wrestlers ranked for Central Springs.
Santee, they got him ranked at 220, but bumping up to, according to the scoreboard, 285 pounds. We're underway. Green Devil Wrestling here on 98.7 KissCountry.com. Nolan Peters and Josh Burns inside Central Springs High School. .25 seconds in, no score. Both guys on their feet. Santee trying to get the swing single, but comes up empty. Well, they'll stop the match for a brief second. 1:27 left in the first. Still no score. .60 seconds in, still scoreless. Guys on their feet working.
And your typical big guy matchup here, a lot of pushing, shoving.
It's always fun when you get to the state tournament. Here's a takedown for Central Springs. Santee getting 2 there, trying to get Connor Smith over on his back. 30 seconds. power half for Santee. Teeing out. Getting back points now. 20 seconds. Can Smith fight this off? He rolls through. Good job by the sophomore. 3 back points for Santee, but a 1-point escape for Connor Smith. 5-1 the score with 11 seconds remaining first period. The big guy rolls. You got to watch out for those.
Yeah, you do.
Get too high on top.
It's tough to get out from underneath, too, if you get that roll.
Into the first period. Again, Green Devil Wrestling brought to you by CUSB Bank. Proud supporter of the local sports and academic programs, and they encourage students to keep learning through the Learn to Earn program. Bring in your report card to CUSB Bank in Osage and get paid to learn. For details, go to CUSB.com.
Oh, nice job there by Connor Smith in the first period to keep it a 5-1 match. He was on his back and rolled through and got off. And Connor's only a sophomore. I don't think he's got a lot of wrestling experience. I think this is something new to him.
In trouble here, trying to roll through, but a deep half now for Smith. He is a fighter.
There is the fall for Santee. Again, Zach Santee, senior. Yeah, they got him ranked at 220, and he's 8th. Now, it could be one of those things, too. He's at 285 right now, and the end goal is to maybe get down to 220.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a big 285 guy, so just by the eye test, I'd say 220 is more so of his weight class. So we'll move over to 106 pounds.
Forfeit.
Osage was open at 106. Hagel getting points for Central Springs, and the Panthers open at 113. Joe Sullivan gets 6 points for the Green Devils. So Osage down 12-6 on the scoreboard as we focus our attention on 120 pounds, and should see Joe Jacobs, the junior for the Green Devils, going up against another junior, Carter Powles.
Carter Powles, he is the one that just knocked off the number 4 ranked kid of Tyler Helgeson from Lake Mills. So what you're going to see here is kind of an interesting matchup. You got Joey Jacobs, who was a state qualifier last year at 106 pounds for Osage. So you got a state qualifier here with a kid that just picked up one of the biggest victories of his career so far. So we'll see what happens here.
Scoreboard hasn't started yet. There's a operator error. And they've wrestled about 15 seconds now. No one still hasn't noticed it. Still nothing, but a takedown, 2 for Joey Jacobs. Still hasn't started the clock. Gosh, we're about 30 seconds into this match. They put the 2 points on the scoreboard.
The only thing I can think of is if they got an error with the clock and they're using a
stopwatch, possibly. Yep. Carter Powles fighting off bottom, and now the official stops the match.
Yep, full Nelson. That's what I thought. So kind of a mental mistake there by Joey Jacobs. Junior should know a little bit better than putting in that full Nelson, if you will. So the match gets stopped. Oh, here we go. Now they're going to say, hey.
Yeah,
I would put about a minute 20 on that thing.
Yeah, I would say about 40 seconds is a good guess. They're going to put 1:12 on the clock. So maybe they did have a stopwatch down there.
Finally got it fixed, maybe. So
yeah, I do see a stopwatch. Yep. Someone.
Well, the thing is, in a match like this, when you've got 2 good wrestlers like this and you're Joey Jacobs, you don't want to be giving up a free point to a good opponent. You got to make them earn those.
2-1 that score, 60 seconds in. Joey Jacobs on top for the Green Devils. Aggressive on top, working from each side. He's got a 2-on-1. trying to maybe run that into a barbed wire.
Couldn't get the.
No, couldn't get 2 count. Had a couple of ones, but you got to get them together. Going cross face and controlling the arms. 25 seconds remaining here in the first. Jacobs strong on top.
Yeah, he's a tough rider.
Now here we go. Nope, just another one. Throws in both legs. 5 seconds. Maybe he can get some counts here. Yes, he will. Back points coming for Joey Jacobs. 2 back points. And he'll lead 4-1 after 2 minutes. Decision for the Central Springs wrestler. He's going to take top. Down by 3. He's just going to go straight to the top.
Well, it kind of tells me that he must be tough on top as well, and probably a legger as long and lanky as he is.
Jacobs up to his feet right away, but a good return. But back at it, back up to his feet. Can he escape loose and get the 1 point?
Well, and yeah.
Why not just get 2?
Yep.
Don't listen to me, get your 2. Good job. Jacobs leading 6-1 on the edge of the mat. He'll step out of bounds. Here's a question for you, Josh. We know the football team with brand new uniforms this year for the Green Devils, new singlets by chance? Or just, nope.
Nope. And
traditional look? Or
I have my opinion on the singlets, but
you don't?
That's just my opinion.
Okay.
I'm a traditionalist, so I'm the type that, like back in the day, Osage had like solid green, Kelly green singlets. I mean, this is way back in the day, and I don't know, I'm more of a traditionalist, and I don't like a lot of that. You know, like you look at the Lake Mills uniform here, and they got a lot of that, just a lot of, it's busy, you know, and I'm kind of more of a simple guy, but no, these are singlets that they've had, and most of your guys you'll see have their name on their backs, but Joey Jacobs does not. Probably because he grew.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that his 106-pound singlet from last year does not fit him anymore because he grew over the summer. So I know the same problem with my own son and had to get a different singlet because he outgrew it from last year. So
Jacobs has actually got, well, kind of a cradle locked up. He had it, but then loses it. He's going to pick up 3 back points, go up 9-1, then a 1-point escape for Carter Powell's 9-2. Our score with 38 seconds. They go out of bounds. Jacobs, he is tough on top. The wrestlers will go back to their feet. Jacobs has the only takedown in this match.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised as to. Kind of surprised in that Helgeson match with Pals here. Just not seeing that kind of activity out of him that led me to believe he'd knock off the number 4 ranked wrestler earlier tonight.
Jacobs trying to get his 3rd takedown. He does. Gets the takedown, throws in the legs. 3 seconds left here in the second. 11-2 after 4 minutes of wrestling. Right now you would have the major decision. So extra bonus point. Leading by 9. Wrestlers will go on their feet as Jacobs with 3 takedowns in this match. His choice in the 3rd, and he goes both up.
Well, maybe Nolan. I'm assuming most people listening to us are probably folks that know something about wrestling. But so, how do you get your your bonus points?
Bonus points or less in a duel, you get 3 points on your team score. 8-14, you win by 8-14, you get 4 points. You win by 15 or more, that's a tech fall. The match stops. Once you get up by 15 points, the match is over. You would get 5 points. And then for a pin or a fall, you get 6 points. So that's your team scores. And we're going to get 6 points for Joey Jacobs as he pins Carter Powell's in the third period with 1:03 to go. That'll make the team scores knotted up at 12. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Joey Jacobs. First time we've seen him wrestle as he was open against Rockford. But Jacobs' first match of the year, and he just dominated.
Yeah, nice job there by Joey Jacobs. So, trying to see what we got going here. So we're at 126, and Osage goes ahead and bumps up Avery Aben, who's the kid trying to make 6 for Osage. So they take Avery Aben, who potentially is going to be our 6-pounder, and have him wrestling 126 right now. And
I think he might be wrestling Sam Mason.
Yep, nice low-level ankle pick there for Avery Aben. Gets the 2 takedown.
His first match as a varsity wrestler.
Run and a half, and he's going to get back points and probably looking for the fall here real shortly.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time. 80 seconds on the clock. In deep. Trying to keep chest to chest, stay off the knees. You want to put as much weight as you can on your opponent.
Got a lot of time here, still got a minute.
Exactly, a minute. But now the wrestler for Central Springs, Sam Mason, fights off his back. 3 back points for Aben, leading 5-0. Looking for more points with 40 seconds. Edge of the mat, and they'll roll out of bounds. Aben will go both, both. Nope, I thought he was going to go both up there. Both guys are standing. You can do that. Cut a guy right away and just go both up, give him an escape point, but some confusion.
Looking at Avery right now, and he's wrestling 126. I just physically looking at him right now, I don't know how you get to 6.
Big kid. That'd be a big old 6-pounder.
And they say his body fat test yesterday said that he can get to 6, so.
Gonna have some work to do.
Got some work ahead of him.
Throws in the legs. 7 seconds remaining here in the first period. Maybe a chance to get some back points, and time's got to run out here in the first period. 5-0 lead for the Green Devil freshman, Avery Aben. But if he can get to 6,
yeah, look out.
Be a good spot for him and just good for the Osage team.
Well, and remember, this is our only ranked wrestler right here, and he's ranked at 106, and he's wrestling 126. So
yep.
Can't.
In Class 2A. Now here's a question I'll ask you. In the state of Iowa, how do they do the weigh-ins? Do you do it the morning of, or do you got to do it on site?
On site.
On site. Kansas, you get to do it in the morning.
Yeah, we used to. I mean, we used to be that. That's how I did it when way back in the day, and we weighed in the mornings, and we'd head on over up to Pettit's Cafe every morning and load up after you'd have a weigh-in, and there it is, Avery Aben with the fall. So Avery bumps up to 126 and gets the 6 points for the Green Devils. So brings up 132. The one, the only Nolan Burns taking on
Sebastian Beck.
Sebastian Beck, a senior. So we got a sophomore and a senior here. So
8-12, the Green Devil lead on the scoreboard after a fall by Avery Aben. And the second match of the year for Nolan Burns coming up against his senior, against Sebastian Beck.
Nice shot. Just
Yeah.
got to finish it.
Yep. But sticking with it, not giving up. They'll step out of bounds. Nolan doing a good job setting the tone.
No, that's the key. And, you know, you're taking your shots. You can get in deep, but you can't stop once you take the shot. You got to finish it. Got to keep driving. He's driving.
Yeah,
Lift
shoots
it up,
in.
do a fireman's finish here. Cover the waist, get your 2. It's close. Might call potentially dangerous on that knee.
Beck controlling the left leg. Kind of a stall tactic. And there is a potentially dangerous. No points awarded for that. Just
on that one, and Coach Jennings is telling him, you know, you get in there, you got to sit up. You got to sit up and try to do that fireman's finish and come out the backside. There he is deep again, so here we go.
Beck trying to grab those ankles once again.
There you go. You got to come up with it, pop it off.
Come out the back door, and now he's got a single leg. Trying to cut it to a double. 45 seconds, still scoreless. First period, 132 pounds.
Got to come through, step up with that leg.
Nothing yet. Now he'll snap back down and get the 2. So Nolan going up 2-0, 30 seconds remaining here in the first period.
Pick him down. 16 seconds, the end of the first period. Need to ride him out here. Don't give up any quick points.
5 seconds ago, first period. Nolan, can he hold on? And yep, he'll keep that 2-point lead going to the second.
So a nice first period there.
Mitchell County Regional Health Center, proud sponsors of the Osage Green Devils, as they are here for all your rehabilitation needs, and they have a current expansion going on that will include a larger rehabilitation department with continued treatments for sports injuries. Mitchell County Regional Health is your trusted healthcare partner for life.
Nice job there, Nolan, because
I knew you'd like that.
That's where Nolan's mom works, so good job.
I was paying attention. Wrestlers starting both on their feet. Nolan shoots in again, getting in deep.
Got to step up with that foot so you can't get it. Fireman finish. I know what we're going to work on at home.
This is going to be hard for you trying to.
It's tough. It's tough. I'm not going to lie.
A good job by Nolan. Can he get the head out? Get his head out and climb up, and he does. Another 2-point takedown for Nolan Burns, leading 4-0 with 1:20 to go in the second period. Green Devils leading this duel 18-12.
I know he's trying to work and get that bar arm and stuff. Kind of know what he likes to do, but you got to get out the side and can't sit there lateral like that. You know, run risk of getting called for stalling on top there. So got to get out to the side, and that's probably what the official's telling him right now. You got to get out. He's looking to dig that out. I know he likes the farmer, so this is what he's working for.
I like that move too when I was wrestling. This just must be a Nolan thing, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
He throws it in deep, trying to lock up the farmer, and he's got it. 45 seconds, lots of time, and it's in deep.
Ball. Nice job.
Good job by Mr. Burns. His first win of the year. It didn't take long. He knew it. State qualifier, you said last year?
No. He won sectionals.
One section, okay. That's another thing I got to learn here with the Green Devil or Iowa Wrestling. There's sectionals,
then
districts.
Yep, and
then
then state.
Yep, okay.
So top 2 from sectionals go on to districts, and then top 2 from districts go to state. So
Kansas, they just got a regional tournament. You got to place top 4. You got 4 regionals, 16 qualifiers go to state. It's a little different. But I'm glad to be here in Iowa because growing up in Kansas, everybody knew Iowa Wrestling. It's good.
It's not too bad. And, you know, we got some things going on, too, that new coaching staff down at Iowa State University trying to get that program revised. And it's always fun when you got you and I, Iowa State and Iowa are all competitive. So hopefully Coach Dresser can turn that program around down there. And tough season this year. You know, they got a lot of just, you inherit, when you come in as a new coach, you inherit what you get, you know, and he didn't have a lot of time to recruit and whatnot, and you got to do the best you can with the kids that you got in the room. But I think once he gets a chance to start getting some of his recruits into that program, and he's got a great coaching staff behind him.
Yes.
And, they're
Poaching
loaded.
some Iowa guys, too.
It's all Iowa guys, you know, and I'm a Cyclones fan. Actually, I have season tickets for wrestling at Iowa State, and
But you didn't tell me that.
oh yeah, oh no, that's my. I took 6 years off because I was down in Des Moines in the legislature, and you come home from being down there, the last thing you want to do is turn around and go back down. So I didn't have tickets for a while, but we're back in again, and I'm excited about what Coach Dresser is going to do. But we're big Iowa State fans, and in my family, kind of. I got one.
You get one Hawkeye.
Well, I got one sitting over here next to me.
I do see that, yeah.
She bailed, and then my oldest one turned into a traitor on me and went to Iowa. And I was okay with her going to Iowa, but she didn't have to become a Hawkeye fan. You know, you can still be an Iowa State fan on Iowa's campus, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of excited about getting all three programs. And, of course, Osage native Doug Schwab is our head coach at the University of Northern Iowa. So
I did not know. Yeah. You told me he was a state champ. And
state champ, national champion.
National champ.
And his brother, Mark Schwab, is a 4-time state champion for Osage. So, and he had an older brother, Mike, that was a state champion for me. And that's the Schwab boys. Tough.
I'm going to learn all this. I'm going to have it all figured out by the end of the year.
So at 138 here, we got Brody Roll. He's ahead 2-1 over his Central Springs opponent, who is Caden Jacobson, a freshman. Both on their feet right now. Takedown with an escape. Well, and actually, if you look around the area, so the Upper Iowa head coach for wrestling, Osage graduate, Heath Grimm. Head wrestling coach at the University of Wisconsin Lacrosse, Dave Malachek, Osage wrestler, state champion. Coach Schwab at obviously UNI, and there's just Nick Heeman. You'll get to know Nick Heeman. He's the head wrestling coach for New Hampton, Osage
guy.
So they're all over the place. Brody Rolls guy, I believe, chooses down to start second period. He's up 2-1.
Roll with that takedown and then gave up an escape late in the first. Green Devils leading 24-12 over the Central Springs Panthers at 138 pounds. We started at 285, so our final match of the night in this duel will be Levi Sled at 220 for the Green Devils. One more duel will come up after this. Green Devils will take on Lake Mills. They saved the best for last.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed. The Green Devils down here at these lower weights did a nice job of doing their jobs and getting the points that are needed and getting the team out to a nice, comfortable 24-12 lead here over Central Springs.
Brody been on top this whole second period. He needs to get off to the side too and try to work something right in parallel. Not the position you want to be in, but he is aggressive with the hand control.
Yeah, it needs to get out to the side.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a
you can see that one coming. If you're not out to the side and you're riding parallel on top, they're going to nail you for stalling, and that's exactly what the official did to Brody. And you could see he was telling him, son, you got to move out to the side and work and dig that wrist out if that's what you're trying to do.
Every stall after that will continue to cost you a point. And
very rarely do you ever see it, but it could happen to get stalled out.
Yep, you can. Match. You can get disqualified.
I've maybe seen that once in my
I haven't seen
career.
It. I have
and
not.
I believe and those big guys got to work harder. Takes more energy.
Into the second here, 2-0 lead, a 2-minute ride out in the whole second period For Brody Roll, his choice for the third. Green Devil wrestler will take bottom. And we'll see Caden Jacobson on top, a freshman for the first time in this match. "15 seconds in. Brody's going to have to be careful here on bottom. He can't stall out because he's been warned once. A stall would tie the match at 2. But then on the other side, Jacobson has to be aggressive on top to try to be working something himself.
Well, and you look at this Jacobson kid. I mean, he's only a freshman, but big physical kid for a freshman and giving the junior everything that he wants and then some. So
Brody tries to stand up and then the standing switch, but Jacobson stays with him. Brody back up to his feet. Jacobson drops to a single leg to hold on. Minute 10 remaining. Third period. Brody leading 2-1. He'll be taken back down to his belly. 60 seconds left. Excellent job by the Green Devil Junior getting up to his feet. So he's working in the bottom position. 45 seconds.
Central Springs coaches wanting him to cut his opponent, try to get the takedown and tie it.
And 3-1 the score, 40 seconds. Brody does have the only takedown in the match, came in the first period.
But he's also got that warning stall too, so.
Yep.
Or that stall warning call.
25 seconds. Jacobson shoots in, sprawl back by Brody, 19 and counting, 15. Edge of the mat here. This is where you got to be careful if you're Brody. You just step off the mat, flee the mat, you can get dinged for a point. They'll step out of bounds together, so that'll help him out. 4 seconds.
I've seen it happen. Ooh, first step backwards. That's tough.
That's not the way to go, but
No,
Brody's going to hang on. He's going to
He
get the first period takedown, and that's going to be enough to win it, 2-1.
Which he actually, even if he would have got nailed for stalling on that first step back, would have made it 3-2. So he probably knew in his mind that he had one to give up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tough kid there. That Jacobson, freshman for Central Springs, gave Brody Roll a nice match. But like my coach in high school always told us, first takedown wins it.
Most of the time, yep.
And that's the case right there.
27-12, the score now. Osage leading 15 over Central Springs as we move to 145. It's Spencer Newberry, the freshman, going up against Lucas Garl. These two should have a beamer of Lake Mills, who was ranked. Garl hung with him. And we know how talented Newberry is, the
wrestler for the Green Devils. Did a little college wrestling himself. He and I were both at Luther for 1 year together, and so there's some wrestling roots there as well. And Garl's in on a nice outside single. See if he can finish this or if Newberry can fend this one off.
Minute 5 to go, first period.
Newberry doing a nice job of stalling, maybe getting a stalemate out of this.
I think that's what, yep, good call, Josh. Comes right at 101. Wrestlers will go back to their feet.
Spencer in on a shot, no go, comes back up to his feet. 50 seconds left in the first period, scoreless. Garl back in on that same shot he had earlier. Newberry getting heavy on the hips, heavy on the head.
20 seconds left.
Newberry reaches down, grabs his own ankle to try to get the stalemate out of this one again, do it a second time, and he kind of does something a little funky there. He puts his weight over on top of that kid's arm, putting a lot of pressure on that elbow, and he can't get it out, and Newberry turns this into maybe 2 points. Nothing yet.
Good scramble between these two. They're going to wrestle 2 minutes, no points, either wrestler. It was a good scramble right at the end. Newberry almost came away with 2.
Newberry's a funky wrestler. That's one of the things that he's good at. Kind of got that long, lanky build to him, and
you see that a lot, yeah, with these wrestlers, long and lanky, and they can, for some reason, their joints can just stretch like none other. Newberry will start on top here in the second.
Well, and you get some kids that, you know, I call them feet wrestlers. You know, they not only are they using their hands and their arms to wrestle, but just as important to some of these kids, they're using their feet and their toes. And, you know, you get the right pressure points using your feet and kind of twisting their ankles and bringing their knee out. It's effective. You can use all 4 appendages.
Yep.
Well, Nolan, Rockford Lake Mills dual meet is over. Told you. I didn't time it, so I don't. Knocks up the cradle.
Those long, lanky arms, he gets them locked up. He's got it in tight, too. Got 58 seconds, lots of time.
Takes Garl over, and
Carl's got that left shoulder up, though. It was pinned up against the chest of Newberry, so it would have been very hard to get the pin, but 3 back points regardless. In each match, we've seen Newberry, very good wrestler on top.
Yep. Knows what he's doing. Kind of got the crab ride going right now. Little Cale Sanderson style there. Slips in a half Nelson. Gets the back points.
Gets the scissors across the waist and 20 seconds.
Need to scoop that head.
Close to a fall. Ooh. 10 seconds.
There
it is. Yep. There we go. Second period fall for Spencer Newberry. He's 2-0 on the year with 2 falls, and I'm just got to go ahead and circle 145 pounds for that Lake Mills match. That Beamer, Cale Beamer, and Newberry. That's going to be might be the match of the night. Those two going at it.
Funny part about that one is I believe their dads were classmates and wrestled together.
Really?
Yep.
It does. 152 now between the Green Devils and the Panthers. Mitchell Shatanis and Max Howes. And quickly a takedown. Nothing yet for Shatanis. Almost had it in the first 20 seconds. And now Howes comes away with the high single.
Howes only a sophomore, so nice.
They're going to step out of bounds. That was close.
That was close.
He must have had his toes on the line.
So he got it at 0-0. So they didn't give Shatanis a takedown, which I thought they did, but
it was quick. Shatanis trying to lock up a near side cradle. He's got it locked. 58 seconds for him.
There nice
another
job.
pin. Just rolling with the pins now. The Green Devils are. Puts their lead up to 39-12. Mitchell Shatanis getting the victory. Green Devil Wrestling brought to you by Farm Bureau Artie Day. Finding a Medicare supplement can be complicated, and Wellmark makes it easy. Call your local Farm Bureau agent, Artie Day in Osage, at 641-732-5843, who will personally help you find coverage confidence. Artie Day is a local authorized independent agent for Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa.
We just had a Osage JV match here. Lucas Kleckner was out there, and freshman gets pinned by the Lake Mills wrestler. Right now we got Owen Muller out there. This is kind of Owen's first run at the whole varsity side of the world. Wrestled JV last year. Got in there once in a while on varsity, just get a little taste of it. But really shot up a lot over the last year and did a nice job for Osage on the JV team and football as a receiver. Just really kind of turning into a nice all-around athlete for the Osage school system. But he's down right now, 2-0, gets taken down right away. It's about a 6'2", 160-pounder.
Yeah.
Tall, lanky kid. Get him on top, and I think he's got a tough cradle, so we'll...
His long arms, you got to watch out for those guys.
Bet.
I lost a match one time and wrestling up big in the third period and got too cocky and just didn't do anything on bottom, and long, lanky kid threw me in a cradle, and that was the end of that.
That was the end of it.
My dad let me know about it after that match was over, too. 45 seconds to go in the first. Owen Mueller trailing 2-0 on bottom. Taking on a sophomore, Dylan Marker, for Central Springs. Now 20 seconds. $10 seconds. See if Mueller can come away here with giving up no back points. Marker close to him, but I think he's going to run out of time. And he will. 2-0 after one. Decision for Central Springs. Marker will defer.
Mueller, we'll see if he chooses top.
Good call.
Right.
Yep.
He's choosing top. He's like, I'm going to take this cradle and make her work, so.
Got to get a quick breakdown and then work for that cradle. Got a leg in. Crossbody ride. There you go. Scrape that chin. Marker bellies out before any back points. What's he doing there, Josh?
Well, looks like he's trying to hook up a cradle.
Yep.
You know, this is a good lesson to anybody to be listening. If you're wrestling and the guy chooses on top, it's because they can probably turn you, you know, so you better be ready for it.
Now
Can't
walking
afford
up
to sit underneath.
Yeah, going with a barbed wire. Needs to keep running with it.
Oh.
Now going back to the crossface cradle. It's a nice thing you control that arm. There's so much you can do, and he's got the cradle locked up, getting back points. 50 seconds left in the second. Can he finish him off? And he does. What's that?
Nice job.
6 pins in a row or so? 5 or something. My goodness, Osage's. This is back point or a bonus point team in this duel. Owen Mueller doing a good job, and now we'll see another sophomore for the Green Devils, Zach Williams, at 170, but he'll have no opponent as Central Springs going to leave 170 pounds open. Go to 182, Josiah Meyer for the Green Devils. And Zach Rigg is the Panther wrestler on the roster.
We might be doing some switcheroo in here.
Possibly.
So, they're sending Schneider out. They're going to take and let's see, what are they going to do here? Going to put Schneider up against Rigg. That's what they're going to do, I believe.
Looks to be it that way.
Yep.
So you're
Schneider against Rigg. Rigg is the number, what did we say, 9? No,
yep.
number 3 ranked.
Number 3 ranked.
Yep. So they had, Osage had Josiah Meyer at 182, but I'm thinking Coach Jennings is saying, you know, not sure we want to do that to the kid that's just kind of now come up to varsity for the first time. And you got to, you know, Where you can, if you want to protect your guys, you got to protect your guys. And
51-12 the score. Osage is going to win this duel as well. Chris and Josiah both weighed in at 182 pounds. So that's why Schneider wrestled 195 against Rockford, but he did make weight to 82, so he can go down. Don't know what the discussion is here with the official and the scorekeepers.
well, I don't think it's because something wrong with the. It's basically who won the coin toss and who's reporting their guy to the mat first. Coach Jennings is saying. So we'll see here.
So they might not be allowed to do this switch. Or no. We'll shake everything out, and I think we're still going to have some discussions. Be a great time to thank another one of our sponsors, Eastside Automotive. Again, Eastside Automotive reminds you that the beautiful fall will be soon past, which means we are faced with cold and wet of winter. It's the best time of the year for you to have your car checked out and make sure potential problems are taken care of before you end up on the side of the road. Eastside Automotive technicians are trained and certified to make sure your vehicle is ready for winter. They are located on Highway 9 in Osage. So now we are finally ready to go. 182 pounds. Chris Schneider taking on Rigg of Central Springs, and it's a quick takedown for Zach Rigg, the number 3 ranked wrestler in Class 1A at 182 pounds. Rigg has got
awful tight.
Yep.
There it is.
25 seconds in, Zach Rigg coming away with the win. The junior for Central Springs makes a score of 51-18. Move on to 195, and Josiah Meyer, I believe, right? Or is that Meyer?
Yeah, nope, that's Josiah Meyer. Yep.
Josiah Meyer going up to 195. Central Springs is open at 195 on the roster, but
so probably going to get his forfeit. Yep, gets
he
his hand
does.
raised.
57-18 the score. Osage on top, and we move to the final match of this duel. It is Levi Sled against Tenney Barons. I'll go with Barons, sophomore, for the Central Springs Panthers, and they're underway after this.
I think we got a mistake here on ours. I think this is actually, this is this is Santee here. So I think there's just, and who knows, they could have weighed 2 guys in.
Okay.
Yep. So Santee, that makes sense.
Santee wrestling here at 220.
Yep.
Instead of wrestling 285 like we thought. That must have been Barons.
Yep. Yeah, this is Santee, because he's a big kid. Well, if you recall, they had it listed. Remember the match we thought the Lake Mills kid was given Santee, who was ranked everything?
Yep. Must have not been.
It wasn't, yeah.
It was
yeah.
our mistake.
Yep, our mistake on that one.
1:15 remaining here in the first. Takedown for Santee. Is that a 4-1 lead, or is it just 2-0? Did he get a takedown and a escape?
I thought it should be 4-1.
Yeah, I thought he got a takedown and then let Levi up. But 2-0 on the scoreboard. 55 seconds. And they'll go out of bounds.
Nolan, if you're a college coach and you see a kid like this Santee kid, big frame, quick, he's somebody you can work with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just a physical kid.
quick breakdown on Levi, and Santee gets out to the right side and looking to go to work on top. There it is. Got a power half in, and he's going to get a fall with 41 seconds remaining in the third period. Final score in this duel, Osage wins it 57-24. So the Green Devils 2-0 on the year in the dual standings, but they'll take on Lake Mills coming up quickly. We do have a JV match.
Yeah, got a couple JV matches been going on here, so.
We'll let you look at that as Green Devils with another wrestler out on the mat. Oops. Bear with us on the equipment. We'll get it all figured out.
Yeah,
Big thank you to everybody for tuning in, though. Feel free to let us just know what you think of the broadcast. You know, we'll do everything we can to make the broadcast better as the year goes on. Just testing out the waters, you know, very first time. Got the Green Devil Wrestling team on 987kisscountry.com, and it wouldn't be possible without our proud sponsors like Cooper's Osage Auto. The ASC certified technicians at Cooper's Osage Auto have over 50 years of combined experience, which means that they can pretty much do anything from a simple oil change to a transmission swap. Cooper's Osage Auto has you covered. And get ready for winter. Stop into Cooper's Osage Auto today, located on Highway 9 in Osage.
Well, and quite a few JV matches here that we've got with Lake Mills. Just simply, I mean, I commented on it before we even went on here, but Lake Mills had like, I don't know, probably over 30 kids out there in the mat.
They got a big team,
and,
yeah.
You know, they got a nice squad this year and good numbers. And when you got depth, that makes you even better as a team. So
competition in the practice room is what gets you better. And yeah, when you can rotate guys all the time, that's just going to make everybody better as a whole. Good program for Alex Brandenburg and the Lake Mills Bulldogs. Two JV matches going on. Osage is going to get a win. Here on the mat that you see on the left side, another JV match on the right side.
So we got some, I think we'll see quite a bit of that this season too. You know, we got, especially in the lower weights, that's where we actually have some depth. And I think Coach Jennings is going to kind of bounce some kids around a little bit. And so we got Nolan actually wrestling out here, doing a JV match against Lake Mills kid. He's up 2-0, and over here we just had Merrick Huffman. Got a little interference there going on with our.
I don't know what it is.
So looks like we might be ready to get a varsity match going over here on this mat.
Nolan gives up a reversal.
9 seconds left, can't do that.
Late in the period, 2-2 after one. Decision for Nolan. He'll take the bottom. Would this be Peyton Stroth? Is that, or no, excuse me, that's a wrong team.
Dalton, or no,
Caleb Albert.
Maybe. Yeah.
Looking at the wrong team. I was looking at Central Springs as we just got done with them. 25 seconds to go. Still 2-2 our score.
Yeah, needed to get a point on that. You can't let the guy ride you out for 2 minutes.
We'll go to the third, tied at 2. They'll put 1 minute.
3 minutes?
I would think, not 3 minutes. There we go. 1 minute here in the third. Nolan will cover back on top.
Need to get some back points. Need to get that Farmers and break the guy down.
There's the breakdown. Caleb Albert trying to get back up to his feet. Burns need to keep the pressure on. Needs another mat return.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
He keeps it 2-on-1. Keeping that wrist control. Got to be careful here and try to work off to the side. He does that. 20 seconds. Needs to get a return, and he does.
Needs to get behind the guy.
Short time, 10 seconds. Nothing yet. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and nothing.
We'll go into overtime here, I'm betting.
Sudden victory.
Yep, gotta get the takedown here.
Any point in this 1 minute, they'll put 1 minute on the clock. Any point here will be it. Nobody with a stall warning, so you don't got to worry about that. Nolan got the only takedown in this match. He shoots in on the legs.
Gotta get knees under you, do that fireman finish. Step up.
30 seconds in, 30
Put
more to
that
go.
leg, keep working up, pop your head out.
Have him get that head out here. That's what he needs. Got the head out to the side. Now need to ladder up. There's your 2. Nolan Burns picking up the victory. Getting another extra match. That'll wrap up. Or actually, that was still a Lake Mills opponent. So now that'll wrap up the JV matches. I believe we'll focus our attention back over on the near mat. Now the Green Devils getting ready to take on Lake Mills, 2 very good teams. Final duel of the night. What time is it?
I was going to look it up. 8:16.
8:16, not too bad.
Nope.
Going on smoothly. Going into our final duels of the night. I wanted to just do a quick shout out to all of our sponsors making these broadcasts possible. Here on 98.7 KissCountry.com, CUSB Bank, Mitchell County Regional Health Center, Farm Bureau Artie Day, Eastside Automotive, and Cooper's Osage Auto. Proud supporters of Green Devil Wrestling. First ever broadcast. Big thank you to those sponsors making it possible.
Well, and the way this works is this recorded then? That's something that people can always go back and take a look at.
I'll put it on our website. You can go back on our website anytime and recap the wrestling if you missed it. The Facebook as well, social media.
Boy, you look out there and look at that Gabe Irons for Lake Mills. They're Their 95-pounder. He's a big kid.
He's tall.
His dad's a big guy too. He's super, super nice guy. Kind of got to know these Lake Mills people or all these Lake Mills fans over the years, just having your uncle over there coaching and stuff, and you get to know people. And they got a good set of fans over there as well, good fans here in Osage, and just good friendly rivals.
We'll start this at 106 pounds. Osage will be open at 106. Lake Mills has Jack Raymaker, a freshman. So it'll be a 6-0 lead out the gate for the Bulldogs. And at 113, it'll be Joe Sullivan for the Green Devils going up against Caden Jones. Two juniors, or excuse me, Sullivan a sophomore, Jones a junior for Lake Mills at 113 pounds.
Yeah, I believe Caden Jones last year was a place winner for the Bulldogs down at the state tournament. So
comes in ranked number 3 at 113 in Class 1A. Four ranked wrestlers and the Lake Mills team. As a team, they're ranked number 10 in the preseason rankings. And Jones, one of the guys individually ranked, again, at number 3, 120 pounds. We'll see Tyler Helgeson, a sophomore. He's number 4 at 120.
yeah, so you got him and Joey Jacobs, returning state qualifiers. So
That'll be a good match at 120, but
yep.
Let's see how 113 shakes out right now.
Yeah, Caden Jones, tall drink of water for a 13-pounder.
Underway. Jones going with the little fireman's carry, then stepping out of bounds. Jacobs, or Joe, excuse me, Sullivan just setting the tempo right away. In on a leg.
He's out in that outside single. He's got an arm. He just needs to get over. Jones blocking with his foot. If he can get that leg hook, he should go. Jones is scrappy, though. He's long. We talked about how those long, lanky kids earlier can get themselves out of things that they should never be able to get themselves out of.
Sullivan still, well, he was in a good position. Now he loses the legs.
And Jones now kind of is in the better position.
Yep.
Too.
Going near side cradle, and he's going to get 2. He's got to lock up a cradle and then get the 2, and then loses it.
Yeah, Joe needs to be careful there. You don't want to give a long, lanky kid. We talked about what happens at those cradles with Owen Muller's match. And
that's what Jones is going for. He's got it locked up outside the circle. They'll go out of bounds with 43 seconds here in the first. Joe Sullivan, sophomore for the Green Devils, down 2-0. Will go down on bottom. Quick sit out, still trying to get away. Jones will throw in the leg.
You have to watch your back there with these guys. He's a good rider up on top. A little high, though.
Yeah, it did get a little high. Sullivan is trying to shake him off. 15 seconds, short time. Any point would be big. 8 seconds. Can Sullivan get something here?
Yeah, at least get one would be nice.
Get one. That'll expire. Into the first period. Time's expired. Towel tapper comes out.
Yeah, time has expired.
Yeah,
there.
towel tapper is about 5 seconds behind on that one. That's what happens when you get these good matches. Kids on the side get into it as well. They're paying attention to the match, but I don't think they're going to award any points to Sullivan.
No, and it It is the right call.
Yeah, when the time expired, the 2 minutes was up.
Yeah, Towel Boy was just a little late there.
It happened to me one time. I have 4 older brothers, and one of them was wrestling, and I was a towel tapper during the tournament, and I forgot to go out there. I just watched my brother pound on a kid and forgot to run out there with the towel.
Well, and the problem is when you do have a quad like this and you got multiple mats going, you can't use the buzzers on the scoreboard. So then you rely on the Towel Boy.
Yep. Quick stand up by Jones, but Sullivan hangs with him. They step out of bounds. Sullivan will cover back on top, down 2-0 to begin the second. Drops down to a single. You got 5 seconds to return a wrestler when you're both up on your feet. Otherwise, you'll get hit for stalling. Good scramble. Each guy. Nice mat return by Sullivan as they go out of bounds. Gaining confidence.
Yep. He's put a lot of time in the off season, and he doesn't do any other sports, and so he does a lot of wrestling and club wrestling, and I think he even had I was told, a personal coach in the off season to try to get better. So he's been putting his time in.
Trying to return Jones.
And watch your back there, a little dangerous.
Jones has got to turn this into a reversal too. We'll take a 4-0 lead with a minute to go in the second. 113 pounds, final duel of the night. Green Devils and Lake Mills Bulldogs. Going out of bounds with 45 seconds. Sullivan down 4-0. We've seen a few matches tonight. Osage has been the team in better shape, but we haven't seen Lake Mills yet. No, they're very well coached.
Yeah, you know, he's coming with the legs. You got to catch those things, and they come in and
throwing them both in.
Mills, we saw Cale Beamer with the legs. Lake Mills is kind of a leg riding team. They're a long, lanky group of kids.
.20 seconds to go in the second. He does now. 10 seconds. Can Sullivan not give up? And he backs. And he will not. We've wrestled 4 minutes in this one. 4-0 lead for Caden Jones.
Sullivan's choice. I think he'll choose both up. Trying to make something happen.
Jones gets in on the legs.
Yep.
But Sullivan.
Ooh, needs to watch his back there.
Going to give up the takedown.
He's going to give up more if he's not careful. You got to know when to bail.
2 back points so far. A 2 count for Jones. Now trying to get more, getting this in deep.
Ooh.
Sullivan going to give up a count, so 3 back points at least. But still got to break those hands. That cradle is still locked up. 1:13 to go in the third.
A lot of time left here. Joe's got to fight off here, not give up those bonus points. Well, and there's a reason Jones is ranked third, I believe, is where his ranking falls.
Number 3, yep.
There's a reason he's ranked third in state.
Still got that cradle locked up. He's had that cradle locked up for about 45 seconds now. Getting ahead in the side. Sullivan been fighting it off. In trouble here. 30 seconds. Technically down 9-0.
And the thing is, he hasn't broke that grip, so he never has changed the original position from the back point. So every time he turns him to his back, it's not another 3 because it's the same move. It's the same hold.
Yeah, you got to break loose of your hold, if I can figure out what I'm trying to say here. 13 seconds. Sullivan got to run out of time. And that's going to do it. 9-0, the final in this one. So 4 points on the team score with the 1 additional bonus point with the major decision. 9-0. He's picked up 6 points at 106, and then 4 points here at 113. Roanoke Central Springs, Lake Mills, my apology. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, so don't forget about our sponsors here. We got CUSB Bank, proud to support our local schools, athletic and academic programs. We encourage students to keep learning through our Learn to Earn program. Bring in your report card to CUSB Bank and get paid to learn. Check out CUSB.com. I want to check his grades.
Yeah, you need to. Stay on top.
Yeah. They go ahead and have Avery Aben wrestling 120. So might have Ryan Adams bump up to 132. Tyler Helgeson, though, here, he's number 1.
Yeah, freshman ranked number 8 in the preseason rankings at 1. Though he can do it, according to the weight. Tough kid to wrestle with.
He is really young. Like, this is kind of a newer sport to him, and he's really picked up on it fast. And
45 seconds to wrestle in the first.
Russell Jones from Lake Mills.
My gosh, what a good return by Avery Aben. Been dominating here on top. 30 seconds to go. Win a lot of matches with a first period takedown. You can also win a lot of matches scoring late in the period too, but Aben doing a good job of controlling Helgeson after 2 minutes.
For the 4th-ranked wrestler comes in, loses his first match of the season, picks up a victory against Rockford. Now he's in a...
Aben's looked like the better wrestler in that first 2 minutes. Lots of time left in this match. Trying to get around. Helgeson holding on to the right leg.
Little whip by.
Helgeson reaches for the legs. Like you said earlier, Josh, but he'll just give up the 2-point takedown, and he might be able to 4-2. Avery Aben with 40 seconds to wrestle in the second. .25 seconds to go with the mat returns. Gets his opponent. Time will expire in the second.
Well, see what kind of shape these guys are in. Helgeson almost looks like he could be a brother to Cale Beamer the way they're built.
Yeah, I know.
Well, and he'd throw Jones in there too. I mean, all of them. Aben trying to hook up the cradle here.
Needs to get that head in the side. There he goes.
Now he's listening to you.
Get it back in the hip. Good ride on top for Aben. This is college wrestling. He'd have some bonus points locked up for sure with riding time. I don't think they do that in Iowa, do they?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Aben still with control on top. 55 seconds remaining. He leads by 2. Goes with another crossface, trying to lock up the crossface cradle. Get off to the side and just suck him back. .30 seconds. Coming down here to the wire, 20. Aben trying to go with a ride out here in the third. Getting a little high, 10 seconds. But he's able to get back behind.
Well, it's not for a lack of Helgeson trying here. I mean, it's just a good scramble type.
It's going to do it. Avery Aben bumps up weight and takes out the number 4 wrestler at 120 pounds. I don't care where the Aben kid wrestles. If he makes 106, those 106-pounders better watch out.
Yep.
That win puts the Green Devils on the board. They trail 10-3 on the team score as we move to 126. I think we're trying to figure out maybe Joey Jacobs. Is that Jacobs?
Yep, Joey Jacobs is out there. So
he'll bump up.
Who's he got here for Lake Mills?
Alex Martinson.
Alex Martinson.
A senior at 126. He does. Let's say he looks like a senior at 126. Big guy for a small weight.
He's a big kid. Well, let's see here. We got, so 10-0.
10-3 should be the
10-3, yeah.
Yeah, with
yep.
They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet. Should be the score.
So 10-3 team score. Lake Mills leads.
Nothing yet. Good scramble.
Oof. Kind of let him wrestle moment, but
Headlock here by Martinson. Nothing yet.
that's tough when you're in that headlock and you're fighting it off. Lack of oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a lot of energy out of you.
If he could just pop that head out, he'd have himself an easy 2.
Looks
but
like
it's a lot easier said than done.
It is, and you want to be careful too, because you don't want to.
He's got the head out, but still
close to control. There it is.
There we go. Joey Jacobs with the takedown with 55 seconds to go in the first. Jacobs will throw in the legs, crank on the power half.
Cast those hips down and chest up. Look to the sky, right, Nolan?
Oh, I hate that position.
It's tough on the shoulder.
Yes, it is.
And the neck.
That happened to me a lot as a freshman and sophomore.
Still feels to this day?
Yes, to this day.
Every day you wake up?
Yeah, the right shoulder is just not the same after the sport of wrestling, but
yeah.
I would do it again if I could.
Wait till I get to be 43.
Hey, they say
it gets
every
worse.
year you wrestle, your body ages 4 years is what I was told.
Really?
Yep.
I've never heard that one, but I totally believe it.
Yeah, I feel like it. I'm 25, and I don't think I'm 25 body-wise. Into the first period here, having some fun, 2-0. Joey Jacobs with the lead on his opponent, Alex Martinson, a senior for Lake Mills. Jacobs will take bottom to begin the second. Green Devils down by 7 in the team score versus a number 10 team in Class 1A preseason rankings.
And obviously, I mean, you can see it from here. Pretty good size difference between Joey Jacobs and his opponent. And, but sometimes it's good to get that kind of challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't do you any good to go out and pin a kid in 30 seconds and not get challenged. So, kid's got a power half in here on Joe, or kind of a, power half. And
now he's able to suck both legs in and crank on
that's tough.
His shoulders after he was just cranking on
Yep.
his opponents. Returning the favor, but way too high. Stand up. Keep the hand control. Keep the cradle away. Good job by Joey. Now his opponent's way too high. Swim for the head.
Yep.
He's got it. Keep going, 50 seconds. got some time here.
Wow. Kid's strong.
He is.
Sticks an inside leg in and then puts a power half back on. I thought for sure Joey would get the 2 reversal on that. And kid's a strong physical kid, keeps hanging on.
Some good wrestling here up in North Iowa. This is what I came to. This is why I made the move.
There you go. Yeah, 20 seconds left. Be nice if Joey could get another point here before he goes into the 3rd period. Ten seconds. Still kind of. Oh, this kid's strong.
He is. So is Joey, though, fighting this off. He'll take a 2-0 lead going into the final 2 minutes. Each wrestler has been tough on top.
I don't care who you are. That wears your body out when
It
you're
does.
fighting those things off.
You can tell. Look at Jacobs.
Well, it's hard on your shoulders, and you're kind of going without blood flow a little bit. You got to shake it out.
You'll feel that tomorrow going into the Independence tournament.
Yeah, it's an intense week of opening wrestling. For
Yeah,
the
3
Green
days
Devils.
in a row.
Here
Yep.
comes back with a headlock, and it works this time.
Lots of time here for.
Joey needs to try to get that leg tied up and roll this kid through, but it's tight.
1:35 on the clock. That is a very tight headlock. And it's going to be a fall for Alex Martinson.
Wow. So Alex Martinson is a senior.
Yeah, senior
Wrestling
taking on
like a
junior.
senior
Yeah,
there,
that was
yeah.
that's a big senior at 126.
Well, and getting back onto this independent side of the world, I mean, we could have some of these guys, so, you know, they all pick up, well, in some cases, they pick up 3 matches tonight, and then they pick up, well, they could pick up
You
10.
could pick up
They
3, three
I mean,
more
there could be-
possibly tomorrow.
There
Yeah.
could be 3 more tomorrow night. You could wrestle 5 on Saturday. I mean, if I remember correctly, last year Nolan had like 14 matches in the first 2 weeks.
Oh, my
It was
goodness.
Crazy. So we got Ryan Adams up here. He's bumped up to 132 as Jennings kind of bumped everybody up a weight. And his opponent gets the first takedown on him. Kind of some of the first varsity action here for Ryan Adams as well. Got a little bit last season from time to time.
Team score after that pin for Alex Martinson, 16-3. Osage down to Lake Mills, but just at 132 pounds.
And here we go again. Lake Mills kids sticking the legs in. Tough on top. Just a tough team on top. Puts both legs in now. Starting to stretch Ryan out.
Getting some backs.
That
Looking
is
for
tight.
more. Not much you can do there.
Nope. That's Casey Hansen for Lake Mills, and he is a freshman. Solid freshman, strong kid.
This Lake Mills team looking good, leading 22-3, going to 138 pounds, and Brody Roll will take the mat for the Green Devils.
Against Ashton Love. I'd like to thank one of our other sponsors here tonight. Just kind of roll through these as we can, but Mitchell County Regional Health Center. Right now they are putting on an addition to their facilities. I know that they're going to do a lot with the rehab side of it, expanding the rehab, helicopter pad on top of the roof, all sorts of great things. They got a lot of great practitioners there. I might even be married to one of them, so I guess I got to put in a good plug for them, right, Nolan?
Yep.
So, but no, a great little hospital in Mitchell County, and do a good job with rehabbing and treating sports injuries. So,
Proud supporters of Green Devil Wrestling on 98.7 Kiss Country, the inaugural year of video streaming. You better not go anywhere, Josh. This is gonna.
I think it's gonna blow up.
I think
Get
so.
bigger.
This
Hey.
is for years to come. This isn't a one and done type year. We'll
Sure.
stick around.
Well, I got a lot of good feedback on our football coverage, so that was good. You know, from the Osage folks and the St. Ansgar people, very appreciative of our coverage in the playoffs for the Saints. So that was a fun run as well. So. Got Brody roll here. 0-0 first period. Minute left. Both on their feet.
Nothing doing so far.
Fighting for wrist control there, inside position, setting things up.
.30 seconds left in the first. No score. Weak shot by Lake Mills. Easy sprawl back for roll, 15 seconds. Another reshot.
Ooh.
No. Headlock try by Lake Mills, but Brody
Settles
rolling
in.
through, and now a takedown for Lake Mills into the first. That's going to be 2 back points.
Brody caught a break there in the sense that it was at the end of the period.
Yes.
Because if there'd been more time, I think we'd have been in
Yeah,
some
he would have settled back in, and
yeah, now Brody's got himself in a 4-0 hole. He's got to dig himself out of. He goes in the down position here to start the second period.
So on the scouting report for Lake Mills, you put in the legs, and you got to watch out for the headlock too.
Yep.
We've seen the headlock out of 3 wrestlers now.
Got a lot of head hunting going on.
And that's what a team will do when they're looking for those bonus points.
Here comes the legs.
Brody, if he can keep that head up, stay off the mat. Credit Lake Mills here. Ashton Love with the hand control. Brody, though, trying to come around and get 2, but they'll go out of bounds. It all starts with the hands on top. You can win the hand control. You can almost do anything you want in the top position.
That's what I always tell my son, too, when you're underneath. You got to win the hands.
And yeah, and underneath, I mean, the same thing.
Yep.
If you want to work up,
Well,
you got to have your hands.
You know, right now, Brody's kind of got his head down on the mat, losing the hand control battle underneath. Got to get that head up, get your hips under you, and start battling those hands. You got to win that part of it. Got to get up to your feet.
But if anybody's ever wrestled, you know it's easier said than done. Yeah, but it's always frustrating when your coach is yelling at you from the side and you're doing exactly what he's telling you to do, and you can't go anywhere because.
My favorite's when you're watching and you get the fan that's yelling at the wrestler, you know, pin him, and they're on their feet. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
like,
that's the ultimate goal. We're getting there.
Yeah,
How about we
like,
get the takedown first?
Let's crawl before we walk.
You know? Nah, you get a lot of armchair quarterbacks in wrestling.
Yes. I always love the wrestling moms out there. There's
been a couple times we have to sit apart because she gets too wound up.
They are the best. My mom was one of those. She was laid back. She would talk to us at home, and I appreciate her for that. She wasn't one of those people yelling at you. My dad was totally different. I could always hear my dad over my coach with the headgear on.
Really?
He was loud.
Nah, I try to stay pretty calm. I figure You know,
You
that's what
need to now, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, on the radio. But that's what he's got Coach Jennings for, and I put it in his hands and
Yep.
let him do the yelling, the coaching. I had that opportunity at one point in time, and I did it, and chose to move on to do other things. And
Yep.
so,
Let the coaches coach.
yep. Although I will say, I do have my coaching endorsement, and it's active. So I guess technically, you know, when somebody says, well, you know, you're just a parent, not a coach. No, I got it, but I don't exercise it.
I got a minor in coaching, but I've only coached baseball in the summer. Brody down 6-2.
Yeah, trying to
In
make
the
up some
third,
ground
yep.
here in the third, and that headlock got him in the hole.
Yeah.
4-0 right out of the chute. But Brody's capable too of a big move, so we got a stalling call against Lake Mills here. So we got a minute left in the third period.
Brody looks like he's in better shape here in the third, early in the season. You know, the conditioning is not exactly where you want it to be.
They both got a whizzer on each other. Now come back up to their feet. Going to be out of bounds, start fresh. So Brody's got 45 seconds here to make up 4 points.
He needs to be the aggressor, not be backing up. Shoots in on that double. Can he finish it? .30 seconds, running out of time. We'll get a stalemate. Good call by the official. We've had this guy all 3 duels.
Yeah, and he's done a good job
I
tonight,
think so too, yeah.
Yep, he's
Younger
done all
guy.
right. Oh, there's 1 point.
There we
so
go.
Here we go, Brody. You got 20 seconds left. You just earned a point.
Down by 3. They put the point on the wrong
Yeah, I was going to say,
score.
they need to give it to the right guy here. It should be 6-3.
15 seconds, and Brody, he's going to give up a takedown. Love is going to take a 8-3 lead. That should be the final score. His time will expire, yes.
So Lake Mills, the match coming up at 1:45. We're kind of anticipating maybe a Newberry versus Beamer matchup, but Lake Mills goes ahead and keeps Beamer on the bench. I mentioned earlier that he's got some lower back problems, and he kind of grabbed his lower back after that first match he had tonight, and hasn't been back out on the mat since. So Lake Mills goes ahead and throws in, I'm guessing it's either Kyle Berry or Carson Rigg. Probably bumped him up from 38 up to 45, so Newberry is either wrestling a junior or a sophomore here.
We'll see that matchup sometime this year.
Yeah, we'll see him at see him again at conference. That'll be the next time that Lake Mills and Osage cross paths. So
we'll get that matchup. Newberry 2-0 on the year. The freshman with 2 wins by fall.
Kind of a dangerous situation here, but this is the type of scramble I think Newberry likes.
And I love how he was patient during that. He was calm. He wasn't in a good spot, but he
and I'm guessing
knew what he was doing.
I'm guessing this is Kyle Berry for Lake Mills, and he wrestled some varsity last year. I mean, he's not a bad kid, so they threw a decent kid out there. So he's no slouch, and he's on his back, and Newberry's looking for his 3rd win of his varsity career. Looking to go 3-0 with the fall.
Got that cradle in. He's got it locked in deep, but his head's off, out to the back. There you go. Put the head right in the side on the near side cradle. He knows what he's wanting to do. There, he's got him stacked up. Picture perfect pin there for Spencer Newberry. That gives the Green Devils 6 more points on the scoreboard, and they now trail 22-9 as we go to 145. We should see, 152.
152, Shatanis.
Shatanis and Alex Albert for Lake Mills. He's a senior. Shatanis, a junior at 152.
So here's a little trivia for you too, a little Osage history for you. So Shatanis, his uncle actually was a fullback for the University of Iowa football team. Went to Stanford for a little while, and then he transferred to the University of Iowa. So there's some athletic roots in that family too.
You know everything. You make my job easy.
Oh, another headlock.
Shatanis rolling through. Can he just keep going? Now he's got 2 and getting back points.
Kind of just does a body lock, and we could use the bonus points.
We
right
could.
Here.
Green Devils could take 6 on the scoreboard. They trail by 16.
Oh, no.
Albert's able to roll through, trying to lock up a cradle. But nothing. He never got 2.
No.
Never.
Good call there by the official.
They'll give.
I would have said that either way on that one, but that was the right call.
This official tonight, he has been thrown into some tough situations, and I like the way he's handled everything. Shatanis looking for more.
Kid makes a mistake and reaches back for the head.
Way to use your hips.
I just kind of like to see Shatanis put this kid away.
I think he's
because this is the type of match where you just keep going back and forth and.
Yeah. You get caught in the spot, and he's able to pick up 3 more back points, leading 8-0, 10 seconds.
You know, they always say the best official is the one you never even knew was there.
Exactly.
And this guy's been that guy tonight.
Yep, I'll agree.
Lake Mills chooses to go down. So Shatanis gets an opportunity on top here. Lake Mills kid, just kind of an unorthodox wrestler, just kind of does the things that you kind of coach kids to not do. You know, reaching back, grabbing the head.
Central Springs coaches, head coach Kay McDonough and assistant coach Matt Bruin have just recorded their 150th dual meet win tonight.
Oh, wow.
And here we go. Shatanis gets his head hanging over.
No argument out of the coach?
Nope. 8-2 match here.
9-2 after the 1 point.
9-2.
Yep. 1 point after the technical violation. Shatanis up to his feet. He's going to get a 1 point escape with 1:10 to go, second period.
Well, if you're Shatanis right here, you got to be thinking.
Watch that headlock.
Watch that headlock, and right here we go.
Yes, underhook.
Kid's got strong hips.
Got the underhook and trying to throw it, but Shatanis able to roll through once again.
I don't even know what to call this kind of match. What do you call this, Nolan?
I don't know.
Are they trying to keep us all on the edge of our seats or what?
I guess. Crazy. 5 more points there after the takedown and 3 back. 30 seconds left here in the second. 15-2 the score. And each wrestler has had chances to win this match by fall. But so far, Shatanis, he's done an excellent job of rolling through those headlocks.
He has. Well, he's strong enough, you know, kind of body locks up, and as he's rolling through, just squeezes and rolls. And
I'm sure that's what he was taught by head coach Brent Jennings. Longtime head coach for the Osage Green Devils. Going to the third period. 15-2 the score. 2 minutes left, and Chatanis will go bottom. Quick stand up by Mitchell. And he gets the reversal, and that'll do it. A tech fall wins it 17-2. Once when you get up by 15 or more, the match is over. 5 points on the team score for the Green Devils, 14-25. The Green Devils down by 11 as we move on to 160. Josh, you got another?
We got one. We got Farm Bureau, Artie Day. He's kind of always been a great sponsor of all sorts of programs. Finding a Medicare supplement can be complicated. Wellmark makes it easy. Call your local Farm Bureau agent, Artie Day in Osage, at 641-732-5843, who will personally help you find coverage, confidence. Artie Day service area of the plan. Wellmark Medicare supplement insurance plans are not affiliated with any government agency. Try saying Wellmark Medicare supplement insurance 10 times fast.
That's why I skipped that part both times I read it.
That's why you threw it to me. So we got Owen Moeller out here, sophomore, 160-pounder. Down 2-0, start off the first period.
Elijah Wagner.
Freshman.
Yep, freshman at a big weight class. But got the takedown and looking for some back points. 1:05 to go, first period.
Getting Wagner, Wagner getting back points here, and Owen. Had a go figure, leg in, puts a half in.
Now he's trying to look for a fall. Kind of the honeymoon situation almost.
Yeah.
Ten seconds. See if Moeller can fight this off, move on to the second. And he will do so.
Nice
Good
job there by Owen. Give himself a chance.
Not giving up.
Well, let's see. Red's choice.
He'll defer to the third period. Moeller's going to take top. I think it's a good call.
I think it is a good call. It's the thing with Owen, you know, you could be down, choose on top, lock that cradle up, it's all over. If Wagner and his coaches were watching anything earlier, they'd kind of know what's up, but a little scouting ahead of time. We'll see if they did their job. Owen doing a nice job keeping the pressure on.
Wagner's able to control the left arm the whole time and use that to his advantage and step up and get the escape. So we talk about hand control on top, but you mentioned it earlier, hand control on bottom just as important.
Yep, good example of it right there.
Two-point takedown for Elijah Wagner. Gives him a 8-0 lead with 45 seconds remaining in the second.
Wagner kind of looking to do his own version of a cradle here on Owen. This is where Owen needs to get to the belly.
And it's going to be a pin win for Elijah Wagner.
Tough freshman there.
And keep an eye on him.
Yep.
As the season goes on.
Job and
move on to 170. Zach Williams, the sophomore for Osage, going up against Cole Burgo. Now Williams, was he the state qualifier? Yep.
Last year as a freshman. Yep.
Been wrestling a long time.
He has. He's yep. Put his time in, that's for sure. Traveled, a lot of travel on that kid at a younger age, and going to a lot of tournaments and having a lot of success early on, and just kind of keep riding with it. So
gets a takedown. 1:23 to go, and yep, Williams right here. He's going to cut him, go back up to his feet. So 1 point for Lake Mills, 2-1 the score as wrestlers back on their feet.
And Zach's the type of kid that throw a lot of things at him. It's not going to phase him. He's gone through some adversity in his life and lost his dad at a young age, and so he's a tough kid and he's very determined. So
yeah, we saw him on the football field this year, and just talking with Coach Finn many times. Just a true team player.
Absolutely.
He had so many yards, so many carries, but only just one touchdown, and it was never about himself.
Nope.
As the time just now started. About 10 seconds didn't run off there.
Well, and fundamentally, just a very sound. His technique's very sound, just pretty flawless. And to qualify for state, I think, let's see, last year was at 160. Was he at 170 last year? Regardless, as a freshman, to qualify at an upper weight class, Class 2A. Nothing easy about that.
Little swing single, catches the ankle, and keeps the feet moving. He's got to get himself another 2-point takedown. 10 seconds left. He leads 4-1. Can he hold on? He will. No point. 31-14 the team score. Osage down 17. Running out of weight classes, and
yeah, we're down to 1, 2, 3 matches.
Yep. Green Devil Wrestling here on 98.7 Kiss Country, brought to you by Eastside Automotive. They remind you that the fall weather is past, and which reminds you that it's time to bring in your vehicle and get it ready for the winter weather. That way you do not get stuck on the side of the road. Eastside Automotive technicians are well trained and they're certified to make sure your vehicle is winter weather ready. They're located on Highway 9 in Osage.
They are they're in the old Chevy dealership building, the old McKinley building, so that's where they're located at with that business. So nice big shops, good technicians, do good work. So take your vehicle out there and have them do whatever. Change the oil, routine maintenance, put a new engine in it, I don't know, something.
Got 2 great places to choose from, them and Cooper's Osage Auto as well. Proud sponsors of Green Devil Wrestling. I sit back here as a spectator, a broadcaster. This is so fun just to get back into the sport of wrestling.
doesn't quite feel like the season yet just because of the warm weather
It-
outside. That's one of the
I
things
know.
that,
It's just people are telling me, it gets cold in Iowa. I think people have been lying to me so far. But I know it's been unseasonably warm, but just crazy the weather that we've had.
well, and I was outside today, and I was just like, kind of like, we really got a dual meet tonight? Like, I felt like we should have a football game tonight.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's.
Maybe we had colder weather covering St. Ansgar in the postseason.
Yeah, exactly.
4-1 the score here. Zach Williams on bottom. He's leading, but starting the second period on bottom so far been not able to get anything going in the first 50 seconds. Close here to a reversal, maybe some more. He will get the 2-point reversal.
Well, that's one thing with Zach. Like, you just noticed there, he had an opportunity maybe to put the kid to his back and get some back points. Then he kind of felt that it was slipping away. Stops what he's doing, goes back, gets things secure, gets things under control. Whereas sometimes you get those kids that just keep driving.
Keep
and
going,
the next
going.
thing you know,
put yourself in trouble.
Yep, you lost what you had. And so, just like I said, just a very sound wrestler, does the right things. You know, he's not a big flashy move type of guy, but he just takes it to you piece by piece, and fundamentally, he's tough. He's doing a good job here, riding the clock out. 6-1 lead, finish the second period.
That's the end of 2, 6-1, like you say. Decision for Lake Mills, and he's going to go both up. Green Devils down 17 on the team score. Almost kind of need Zach Williams to get some bonus points here to help the cause.
Yep.
Snap down, trying to get around for 2, and he does.
We got JV matches going on the other side, so that's why we're there's enough Lake Mills kids to get enough JV matches going, so we kind of got JV on one mat and varsity on the other. So if you wonder why the pace slowed down a little bit in the Rockford and Central Springs duel has been over for quite some time, but
I think Rockford's on their way home.
I think you're probably right.
I got over a while ago. Hats off to those guys, though. Not many wrestlers out, but the guys that they brought fighting hard. Just because Rockford, they might not be a dual team with the open weights. You just never know. You got some good kids. You could be a tournament team. That's the school that I was at. That was one thing with us. We had so many open weights, but tournaments, we were always right there, top 3, with putting guys in the finals, things like that, bonus points in tournaments.
Sure.
That's where you win a lot of tournaments, is with bonus points. Just 20 seconds.
Yeah, not a lot of
Not much.
flurry activity, just a good solid ride and being safe.
Five seconds to go here. Williams is going to pick up the win. 8-1, the final. Sophomore looking good in the first night of the season. Makes a score 31-17 in favor of Lake Mills as we move on to 182 pounds, and that's where we have Josiah Meyer, I believe, going up against Drake Harnish. Meyer, a junior, Harnish, a sophomore. Osage could win out all by fall, and they're going to come up short.
Yeah.
Down by 14 with only 12 points possible left on the scoreboard, but now we got Meyer here in trouble on the edge of the mat, needing to know where he's at.
And guess what he got hit with?
Headlock.
Headlock.
And they are a head-hunting,
Yes, they are.
leg-riding team. The Lake Mills Bulldogs.
It's pretty much, if you're going to leave that head hanging up there, they're going to take it.
Yep. They kind of want you to push into them so you can get your momentum going forward, and all of a sudden, boom, they hit you with that. You can't stop your momentum. And
so here comes up the big Gabe Irons from Lake Mills, who's a ranked wrestler, taking on Schneider, Chris Schneider, senior from Osage. So both guys here are seniors. You could, Gabe Irons, you just have to think to yourself, I wonder if he'd have made a good basketball player too.
oh my gosh, yeah, tall kid.
His brother wrestled for Lake Mills, and very, very tough kid. He was a state place winner for the Bulldogs, so wrestling's in their family as well.
I had one brother, my four older brothers, that went out for basketball, but he was also 6'4", so.
Well, ironically, Nolan,
Yeah.
sitting directly on your right side tonight would be my next brother down, and he's bigger than I am. The redhead right here.
Okay.
Yep. So I got another one that's under him, and then I got my youngest one that lives in Osage, and he's bigger than all of us. So he's a big guy. So we got them all over different sizes.
Yeah.
I understand. I get it. I had to share the food more often at the table with mine, and then the youngest one was kind of later on, so he had free trip. You
Yep.
know? He didn't have the competition. Snyder getting stacked up here, and
Yep.
Irons gets the fall.
42 seconds left in the first. Win for Irons makes the score 43-17 as we go into 120 or 220
220.
pounds. Kind of a difference between 120 and 220.
Yep, Levi Sled for the Green Devils taking on Max Johnson from Lake Mills, junior. Pretty equal matchup here between the two of them. Be the last duel for the evening, or last match for the evening.
Green Devil Wrestling here on 98.7 KissCountry.com, brought to you by Cooper's Osage Auto. Their ASE certified technicians are well trained with over 50 years of combined experience, which means they'll pretty much do anything. Simple oil change, transmission swap, they'll do it all. They got you covered, and get ready for winter. Stop into Cooper's Osage Auto today on Highway 9 in Osage.
And the Lake Mills kid, Johnson, comes out with a nice double, takes Sled down to his back and gets the fall.
Final match of the night, 285 pounds. Connor Smith for your Green Devils, and Brett Tyler for Lake Mills.
Oh, so I was one off. Still had one more.
Yeah, they did start.
Yeah,
now
they
that I do
started.
remember,
Yep.
they did start at 106. Most
No,
of the
you're
time,
right.
yeah, they were.
Starting with the heavyweight.
Yeah. But, nope, they did. Double leg try by Tyler, but not too often. You do every once in a while. You get the good guys that strong enough in the
Yep.
upper and lower bodies. The big guys can get double legs.
Have a spin around technique there. Lake Mills kid gets two. Brett Tyler.
Smith in some trouble. Stuck on his back, and that's going to do it. Final score in this duel, 55-17. Lake Mills, the number 10 team in Class 1A. They look like it tonight. A good
Yep.
top 10 squad, very talented wrestlers, and
Showing people why they're ranked there. They're good at getting those bonus points, and that's going to get you a lot of victories throughout
Yep.
the season as a team.
well, Josh, we survived our first test. We got many more to go. We'll be covering 9 more Green Devil Wrestling duels, and we'll have a couple tournaments for you. The Osage tournament, you were telling me that's a dual tournament, I believe.
Yep.
So that'll be later in January. Also, we'll have your conference tournament coming up as well, the end of the year in Forest City, the top of Iowa Conference. So join us all for that. Our next wrestling action will be on Tuesday in Osage, a duel at home. So be ready for all of that, and keep on listening to 98.7 Kiss Country for details. And for more information, you can always go onto the website and look at the schedule and be ready to go. But Josh, that was fun.
Yeah, something different. Hey, we're up to trying anything. So,
I mean, if the broadcast was, just to stick with it. We'll get better at it. We'll work on technical things, get everything kinked out, and by the end of the year, we'll be a well-oiled machine. And for years to come, it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's would not be possible without our great sponsors: CUSB Bank, Mitchell County Regional Health Center, Farm Bureau Artie Day, Eastside Automotive, and Cooper's Osage Auto. Big thank you to our 5 sponsors. And if you're listening, you'd like to be a sponsor of Green Devil Wrestling, well, just give us a call and at the studios, 641-421-7744. We'll get you signed up and get you a proud supporter of Green Devil Wrestling. Josh?
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Have a good evening.
Thank you all for listening, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. And again, we'll have Green Devil Wrestling coming up for you on Tuesday. Until then, have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.